ekosla ona oma yebehwe video bi eno achema Wontumi ene ni team ekosla ona bu Canada ohene Agyapong ewo ni fie na pi ebebusa say die nti na okosla no after say onya ne bill no from Iroko no na okoho. First of all, omoma ne bill ni wie no oko party headquarters o wie no oko baumia fie o wie no na oko branya champo ho na o wie no oko kan ho enra. Oman politicians edu be bia don't fight too much. Say bia o support wenti no ne opponent no ase obekunu ni opponent no the supporters no ase onu omo o say ntokwa. No, politicians, they are more dangerous. Uhwe ensem achema Wontumi ekan eto Agyapong eso na no election no. You'll be amazed say upon sa nyema nyina eti no Agyapong o yisu eye $20 million sanka or the command bill. I was shocked.
Mimoachi
Oba mi juzu
na boko de
Oba me hoye Oba nyame gusu hira me
na won kra na so Kumase
Oba mo Kumase ma bankan nyame ya do e benada
na adai ena mo am chairman governor of Ashanti ne ho akodi adwam na nka ye hwese nka chairman ahodo okra 47 constituencies of the New Patriot Party Ashanti region no entinka mubayi muti mienu bi na esina ho wa akra de ekese nka sabre ka do kete eda Iroko na rai
Oba me da se Ondo fa wo kanu ozinka opoma de nka samre mi kete wo enze yo kanu wo mbat we nyina ye personal issue of ameboa is answer personally obi e kan me ne chema Wontumi ntem ego pa e ni adam for you bia na am sa asam na da osisi ano do fa ye tie mu kan e to da ya na wiase no o fetire kan kura sikani kan kura ye nto kura ye boje ne so na mom hiani o kan kura na ye de ne kan ye de na o fa e party da mi sika dru ti da chema Wontumi num bi na asema me kan ye ko bi ababo wagime so because so bia nim sa asema me kan ye no kre oba ona omo for free chire bo abaso wa kan no kre asem de ne kan no da ni pa na wo frɛ no bejo mo be ka so mo po man to no bo esan se hu esru oba asem ni nyina ne sen oba nka frɛ mi na nke say oh Chema Wontumi akwaji sika o de asi MPP Ashanti regional office Wontumi ntia sika ni wie ena Iroko abechi no yes party sponsor yo nka mi baby oba ni amika otie me
mi chepa
yes Chema Wontumi sika no o de asi ultramodern party office e de ama MPP e wa Ashanti region
na nya na akwaje office man misa ye bo ho no ye ka se Oscar so osi ba akwa ma no mo bo
aba bibi ante sa baby anu kan se ye everyone sa na se okay on and off ene ye kokko je sika so ye rent aso e ye ni gwase kra ma ye wa Ashanti region na asam no kra ni da ho obi am pese obeka ofanki e ba ye ye so Chema akwaji sika ene odi ama MPP serial college odi ama communication for women organizers someone oh someone find startup business sikanashi ene ye chino yes MPP sika akwaji Chema Wontumi ama John former sika the party ninti omo fan so masene ene omo ntia ne ache no ofere no na wo se o man fomra opoma mba ene o se Ghana for sorry ami baby na sabi ofa minim I stand for correction yen quote me o ene o ma ba ya se oji ye or the 30% after treasure bill oba mbajo sa treasure bill no MPP treasure bill and I want to be personal treasure bill
and is any personal one
the air then offer party membra. Yes, so the beer insurance company, MPP company, and I say, a one personal company or the acquisition. Then I'll frame me. By a party for no far. etoda sesen hwehwanima de ye bebre hwe abantini omo ye se me so me koji loan na mentimi antua ne abetemi a obere so mbebo job di opoma achi ana asa ko party wo
ba sa wutie o chairman se MPP from Unsori o Ghana from Unsori o munti ena Mahama eye misei Mahama be the president so no nya Ghana ni ana
ebi na ye nti ejo ba mi jidie ni se sanko di ye party ni ya ko famitin cran no fa party a ko voter region or regional office what about constituency ajuswe ya ko jabbing the whole regional party the heart and the party ni the influence antimem ya kakura sa di chayempoa ofa meboa ofa ni mi ka meboa
amen me ba jo mi chiwa
di chayempoa na party any regional office 12 years in government 8 years in government but who there so your governor need here 12 years over 12 years you in your regional office now some sorry can say party for you may day over say over and you can want to be a who to be thrown or to be car over who to now frank ko bi baba can we na baba
bi ema
e personally me wan mo ametia aboa no em wan nya personal enya se afre Ghana for party formra asivia ni MPP ni NDC won tokwa MPP ni aban won tokwa Ghana forward wo personal loan ntimi attract ye and sorry free Ghana ni me ya sade we me dia me jitum enye ye makama adwen me nim sani America so fa jitum se no kwen America
chiwa
so eji aba she enioma asisi a omo kan wasemi ebe den na nka party a na kuma kore ukọ enwulofu enu window la bukrawo to ye bodo we frame how sorry so kodi akire na party ni area na ye den ye fa nkọ heaven edo ba mi de mi jitum se obi a sorry so kodi na chi a ehun nya we aye document wọ́n sọ wadi wusu ni wọ́n sọ waje wusu nye wo de documents ko lawyer ka ho lawyer so and appear ku bi onya lawyer ketwa eye process we nya dede ya kura nkrata asem se ba ni ya kan ya so waje de si party officer man wa anya de any oba meko bi
yeah when say so say the way ye detain no na ko is a personal ade bi in fact e bia waje ono an personal issue baba ebia ya gine fa ahudi afri ni nsamo be condition no kakraka ni ade yi nwori mo as a party say da bia ade die wom ebia mfumso bi oba bi die bat ese for MPP no
oba media to me obi a o ye bibia me hu ze ni panel score cheap political friends a point me tie ni lawyer and appeal could be a renowned lawyer. What the tone chair offer? What I MPP ni pa? Of our money interview, my chain joy. And some more can you know see beer and and namna kwaso and a yoko ye. Of I mean, is obi, obi, so MPP ni now a lawyer can see under appear could be. Secondly, or a personal lawyer to Wontumi. Ni go so catch ni omo ye nyina na mrakwanso enti ono so na mrakwanso ni omo ka se mrakwanso no bibia abetotini enti ofere no die na chezo obi transfer ahudie so aba tie
me too
ehin fa na chezo obi tie no ma onze ni omo no fa se media me imagine ni se si ahwe ni se ya ni ase ebe si above NDC MPP ombe mo man no ye hu no kurewo the MPP and this is why a bit obi ko no konya na asa na personal ni sorry the party na enti Ghana mranka no kreda na of a question to do busama me Ghana mrano enka no kreda
ani e tiefo
ti bia anya no kre na o se party for sorry ko yes sir da bia mrano anya adwuma o man no It was a media theatre in support. Abraham Rambo style, but I said, don't want to call system, also Namu, and the appeal could be see me, my campaign, Amanda, Penasempa. Also, check him, Sadiomu Yabian, and Raquam, also the Namraquam, normally Pribia. It is almost or to be Bianwa, and Yamra, and are you quiet? It's a minute, I make a cat, will be a theatre to be found here so.
I see. And yeah, Obama, Mamma was a pa, Namin saying
about them, I see it. Namin so me kakakra. I'm here to party for. Say, I thought that Mommy and Secretary Kano correct. Party need to be my opposition. Now that the I am for party no, and ye inquire one day. Now, I am here, anybody be sorry to be to be condemned with poor man. No, then you quite all kata. Mimi kuma party, who kuma individual. Party a page will be offer, where's the plaza? Ada on one and to also dime 200. There new regional office. I was antimum. We are proud so could this any for yet. Now party no, when a man so many see sad and don't want to cano. I'm fighting for the party. Only a be almost in your party. Ah, now my radio station no do Asante regional office. I am there. And you are keep on defending this person. Now, party, why no man position? Maybe I'm a car. Won't you ask your margin or no? Offer me that it.
Mr. Medas, pa, Abraham Wadi, aka poor man.
Million.
Any America, who call PMMC, any.
Hey, Chama, why the crown is open?
Oh, Missy me the shovel on the coy. Enti meba me pese me kyerɛw ade me pese me kyerɛw we 27 February
okay
27 February me boa 2027 oh boy it free 25 for me ba and ba me boa and say 1.7 million US dollars.
Wow. And you better.
That be you go so. Where that be January 31st. What you say? January because we be free January. And what about February? Until January 31st no. Minya 1.5 million US dollars.
1.5
million US dollars.
Yes, we'll be better America some years.
America bay. America bay.
Yeah, on firm free one farmer.
What do I say? Okay. We say February 6, say free 31st. And the other 6. I know you say.
One say.
Me find say 1.1, nearly 1.1.
Yeah.
What I say, million US dollars.
Wow.
Oh, cameraman, no cry net is. I had the 50 no. What I say? Aggressive. I don't know what you say.
Aggressive as a Moscow's can time and Hey, that is never to.
Uti.
You better sing you best you can say.
Sini.
You say you be
Sini. And they are some now okay.
And Cobabia.
And they are some now okay.
And Cobabia.
And they are some now okay. And to Usha ways as well.
Wow.
What I say, and also a chrown.
Wow. Mean amount ska. Day.
A day. A chrown day, no, the date, no, at the amount. And to be with the amount you be ano. Copy MMC, no, check it. And I will prove to you, say, say, every day I will make 1 million US dollars. What I say, and yes, we own self, also 31st in the buy. I feel 2nd January number.
Yeah,
once I feel 2nd January number. I know you say 800, nearly 900.
Wow.
And to say a passe a commoa, yɛbɛkɔ saa ma wahu what I say am wahu 1.1 what I say yɛbɛkɔ mebie saa ma wahu also we ne afi ne yes January there what I say saa de kɔ akɔkɔpem sɛ omugu madwuma
wow I said chama yegu adwuma de na sɛ nyame amama nka betimi awu That's Kwaku. Nyame ampata wo betimi awu. We kura people we kura betimi akun.
Kwaku.
That's nyame amamu a. Tama wo dwuma no gu ya wo nim se de bia no over billions and e to account ma sa billions ne stop no.
Kwaku.
On hwe be kase wo wie ya no.
Kwaku. Ai me nua ketwa baako a na your friend Ghana be
okay
or coming home but ya no more far 2 years you say ubonso oyisu hammer ben 1
okay
oyisu ben 1 oyisu cars bebre yes sam time no ya nya na me wo cars bebre me car bi e baba so bia me tobi
na papa sika ben na wontimi mfam
cars bi e ba so bia no cars bi e ba so bia no what you say
because one day sika timi to car ba TSA at least TSA
anna na ade a esi yere se Kwaku abra o mo ye yi no na me da hotel bi wo nyade mama ni jipa na se menya ba bi ho ye din na me nko a me hye ho nti ya na me pe hotel pa eti hotel bi no ha me na mu da
wow
the whole world my hotel bi no ho a me boarding
house munam
mina bi mu da because me no san na me nyo bi a wo hu me ba bi bebre nti se me tumi ye din saa na me dwen a me dwen a na mama ni je
tunya ba bi kochokwa na wo dwen sika ho
na me dwen saa na me solve problem a na ma sorry ye na me nante se ya ti na me bo la meta hotel saa bre na fe na no masi no fufuro
jane na so
yeah I don't cry I can't Ghana hotel.
Hotel
bia no board bia
no what them okay
hotel bia
nice one
board team bia
otidi na o se da bi
otidi
wa ko enjoy ahwe se de hotel
bia no
se de live in it ho sika ho sika ni ba nso na pa wo so outumi se mugo daddy mark yeni ba because a come
be hotel bo o kwa wo se abrofo kwa room hu se wo ya kra na wo ya black sa
wow what was job you doing o ya ha man twa ye ba wo betua be 2 weeks ya wo be dem a e bi se djuma be na wo ye
what I say them of course because me ye din a it me ma me solve problem
yes
te ho na me da ho pa na egu mi numa e pa Kwaku me say omo frame me omo na me kasare ye no say me si from na me wura fi because na me shaba from na me peke from
no
aye no say me si from ye say me satade me wura fi say me hwehwe
ko no na de adwene no eni danim
Kwaku besi ba bia wa japade wo
hono akoma wo chairman yes machine no chairman be hese omo nipa na wo report case so ma case ni yehu
ana Ghana da be nya hu kra e ba TV e bible we ye twa
chairman TV sisi chairman
because police for na omo ye bi ye no e bi e wo mumu a what you say me omo video de ma me direct
wow akoma
Ghana na kire mi say no see that the men pray
kai
that the men pray no
ko on hwa fontin kura obia wodi hu se kodia wo hu de
sana ba ni ba me ho so na me ye say adano mi sui adano na dakabre ye na pe na dakabre frame na dakabre no wa adom radio no adom FM na me kasa so na mi sui
wow
Kwaku say ade se wo kwakofa ayini bi no ahwa
wow
dan mi sui na me refo ye
wow be pia ma tu ntimi sa be ba foma na
but Kwaku ade bi ebesi bia sa oto bo ase a ketu bi wo ho a obetima som na onyankopon Asaduaba. And I can say to my own, say Job, me kind of wasem. Job chapter 1. Saa de koye ne hu se Job benye sikani ohwe ase ne ade aye ne bo ne niema so ne ade aye and me so me history ni
okay me pia ade do tu
me se gidie nti ma wie ye be ye kese ase ahase no. Nice one kwaku TV station ne radio station ya o ka ho ase me nyina no meje no 2010 to 2012.
Yeah. That's no?
Yes, me the whole Ghana. Time I be here, say me baba you know. Me see mo you know. Na me ade pa ye me fene say. I was say betimi nya station bia e betimi compete BBC, CNN ni Al Jazeera.
Okay.
Na there ye me fe pa no. And now I have what it takes.
Because a deal cross is here kuta multimedia na say aka ho dia. Ade be worse.
Yes. Adia na ye me fe pa ne say ye betima nya Ghana ayi a mrofo no so e be hwe se de esiko adia na ye me fe pa ye na eso so nya de me pe no
na du ade pe de wo twena no nim de na wo wanim ko anwena duru ho ehu
na ene
sa kwa ba wo bebie sia no radio TV say nya edem and say I know by you say radio ni say
I 101.3
ono ne ye adwuma sisia
me no ka say na ya wo ne me ka say na ya na
ya bi
na ya no mo de omo babo test.
Wow. 101.3 wow.
Ana TV no so be hunu moti TV
chama Wontumi chama ai
Wontumi TV and Wontumi radio
Wontumi TV. Wow.
Until online ni nyina so be ba Wontumi online.
Wow.
Nyina wo ko so a obenya. So say as o maka chem say o mu yi Ghanaian films no ne ade because me pese Ghanaian film no
so
yetimi building no bringing it back. Until ade a me ne mo ba be hia ne aye ade a be ma na yesre.
Okay. Nice one.
Sre abema manfo nyina no ehunu se
the waka
because kunkumba de anamanfo agi amanfo
yes serious pa
what just agi amanfo enti wo se ye bibia
yes
abema manfo ehunu se da bia wo se hwe ye aye de
kosika wo ho ne ye de a ombehwe na sia no producers bebre na ye mre
ye ebeba ye de nyansa ne nimde ye
ne chama wo basia na ba why be my yesia ye de energy na ye adwuma we quite serious every day
kwaku me se beba kwaku ye nya be TV na wie ana ye be radio no on se be TV on sa wo ba on se ohu ayi posters ne soundboard ahodo a me de asisi ba bia obeduru bia no bon se Wontumi TV Wontumi radio ye because me pese anya we nya trial lock
okay
what I say tested already.
Okay.
And the person no one you will straightforward.
Nice one.
What I say until baby I will be fabia do be say the soundboard that would draw no ye dia gugu o pie na okoye ya you see. Baby I will be fabia o do wura Asante region na se kumase bia you ubehu until chira ni nyina na chira ahode a TV station ni radio station no.
Wow.
What I say na ade a pese ye.
Okay.
What I say enti no kwaku ya bre kwaku ya bre ya kamera ba besusu se obi ya no se Nyankopon timi ya ma Wontumi ya me hu ade kronti a Nyankopon timi nya ma kwaku ma no Wontumi nya ma Agyapong Wontumi nya ma obi ya because me kura de na me ni talent bia what I say na me fra brochira ba no ma ba dwe hu sa bi se
me no talent ba na wo body.
Oh, na me wo body.
Yes, the body chuchaji.
Na me wo body. But body no. Oh, so wo your body.
Yes, sasa body no ho.
Body no wa ade be ye yen so wan hwe ado ka koye langa.
Ano so de.
Ano no opeska da bi opeska no ho no wo ye adwuma ho a opesi etua wo ka wo ha. But wo pese unya sika anya sa na tie. I was so for process. I was so only system no. Every year no school.
Enim die.
Yenchen was school.
Yan fam free so am fam wa e be yeti.
But also wu to anamo ansa. asana amanfo bebre akwa asori akobọ mpaye won sori ahodo enyina wo but because omuntu sa na mo no mo twen bibi kase enti no maka enti bi kura wu wabra ambam but ya hye wo ho nko
ge bi abra ba wo so probiotic na da wonam kwan ho a wo ko supermarket bi wo hia ga bi na ga ne frɛ no hwɛ ne so hwɛ ne fo before that so no di kan ho ka bi akanfo se na boy ni mo ma na wo hwɛ ne so hwɛ ne fo no o hwɛ car ne de this is my dream car but we see a person na obenam so many dream car na bem no wo hwɛ na appearance so ti atie no
so obo sofo kofia ponsa di obo en de na ma menchia no wa mesro ma menchia no fo afidie so sofo panyi ayo unu ya chama Wontumi ne mechia wo na mechia no de a na wo se mechia menua no bi ka ho
okay
ati se prophet 1 prophet 1 onyame Wontumi o Ebenezer
Ziadon
menua no
nice one
menua no na machia no
nice one
na machia
also say mama Rebecca so ko ho
me de no ko
hey papa are you serious o
na wo se mechia sofo antwi sofo antwi so wo se mechia no
okay
na me wo sofo panyi ebi soso ewo ho gidi kokko
okay
omo asori the whole world
wow
omo sofo panyi ni nyina no ha no omo wo
na wo kwa so ni bi na akobọ dwaman a na etisi sofo
sofo usu achan
okay
sofo usu achan
so so no ade ba ko ma manage ho no
sofo usu achan omo yesun so ba omo abrabo fe
sao
ama kofi kwaku sa wo men wo mo a
so wakotwe plan na dwono na ade chinsan de wo ba so wabodan wo be de wo kwaku o ma be 50 am wo sense next time wo bo to point na fie 1 month
kwaku wa brabo fe
odia so dem ne bo ma
kwaku wa brabo fe
nice one
so usu echa bompa ya ma wa wanyu obi abompa ya ma
nice one
teme me sofo bia ya sofo
nice
what you say Victor kusi boatem what you say ti say me bo sofo a what you say na ma bo
yeah
ti di fufuo what you say o ma brabo fe
okay
ma brabo fe
nice one
what you say enti no menye obi a mede omo edi agro nti kwaku bodin nti na ma me yese ma menchia ma menso menchia wo mo na wo mo so huru se
ese ba bia nyame de waduru nyina no nyame da wakoma so
kwaku dey asem na okay
because minimum obi offer for me na minimum de onya visa kwa abrochi no se nyame no true cause wo abrochi
kwaku we enaba wu a we ye de be come ho na wo ka Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 8 na wo de kwa wose na nipa biye no hwa mframa wo no mu a what you say obeti ma si mframa no ai obeye so wu a what you say so wu a what you say na so ka azaya no a what you say wose onipa biye no hwa wo su tumi atwa se nipa biye wu prekope
okay wo na chi
what you say temu wu ade na ade kontimi me de me kaase ne me fie ene baba ya yero de bako me de bako
baby
me de bako
ba chama wo ya de wo quotations ho ye wasofo bu kromi am mo quotation ka omo quote bi abehwe no timi ka se bia Genesis ka hwen ka bia kamel koto ntos ba to ba kohwem no na Peter kora na ebudua se timi se gabo no mu wa ba wa ke wo koto wi esem kora
ebe me besa
o se be bia quote ye no Genesis ho no mel kwa koto mole o abeka ko kwa bia mane ba obehwem no na Peter aho asem ne Peter wo kobudua de abodua adanso emu wa mole ne dua o nwura mu wesu ofie
Martha ne Mary o na ye dua ne de
Yesu
no ka Lazarus ho asem aye no kre enti no kwaku ade bi a wo bia no se nyansa ne mfiti ase ne nyamesoro enti ade bi a ye bia no ye de asom Nyankopɔn na obia wo kwan a ofa so odi sum ne Nyankopɔn mimi nkasenti obia Nyankopɔn obidwin say e Buddha obidwin say e maame wata what I say obi adwin Muhammad
obi
Prophet Muhammad what I say obi adwin say Yesu mimi de Yesu mimi de ne de Yesu but men
condemn obedient
tapi
cause owura no kura say yinjai ne mom ne nyini mia na nim kwa mefa so a na yimidi ana obi wo kura be hu ne say bebi a wonam no we di boye ni to the extent but na kuma ye gade dia because no be nim say Paul ana so ba be Paul wonam say di boye ni kum Nyankopɔn kɔfɔ so no nyame dia
na so wa hwɛ ni ye kura duru ba bia obetima jaju obi wo hwɛ abra obi anu abɔkoro no obi anu abɔkoro no na obi a ɔmɔkoro no obi a wabɔkoro no na yakwakobo na senduam na Yesu so mɔkoro no yakobo na senduam na baako ye wudini baako se Yesu sa wo so ye Yesu pa agye wo ho mehwe what you say oboni din wo Hebrew kasa because Yesu e Hebrew ni Hebrew Yesu de din ye Yashak Mishak Mishak onse oman bia wo kwan a mo fa so de kasa pronoun so bibi enti ye free bibi aleph omo kasa no tonation no eye sana Jewfo no kasa omo kasa sana omo kasa what you say aha sa America for no ne Britain for makasa omo kata you know what I say aha I know now also about what sa commodity ba omo de omo minimum na kasa what I say for Yashak Mishak what I say no bodin so so ya ipa wo yo Nyankopɔn ba je ho na je o mai wo so
I am poetwa no twa Yesu
what I say obi se me de minim se wo ye Nyankopɔn ba minim se wo nya hwe na wokwa ka me
wow
but ebia no akokum obi o di nipa na okun no so na wo ye bone na okun wa wokọ ho na okoya yi o
usu nim se wo twa ne bonsam je mu
usu nim se wo twa
won so wo twa wa transfer
within the shortest time no ye na no okay I say yes me so say wo ba be ka me ho wo paradise na paradise
kwan protocol no so
enti so wan hwe ni ya one wo yire na wo fie wo no kunu na wo fie bibia wo kunu na so akwakoye ade ketewa bi no na wa ma buafu saa ebi kura be mo no no but na wo bi
was kukuam se de Peter koye bi no se wade hu me mobo fa cheme so no mo gina on de omunim se waye bone but no de wo hye kukuam sere che hu pa ehu pa
Peter de no kra de abono kokko odome was urade de wo ha me de asem na okeke wa de me se me do me no aka me bi a me yi na ma ja me na mo ho ja me yire na me ma ho ne ma ji na be de wa cha afi na
se chama to go di na hwe anase wo ye adwuma na hwe amount wo nya ne de wo ja sa de we hu sika ho
ababe de MPP I love MPP me do MPP
yes
what I say enti no kwaku ye ka ama no nyina no ababe besise ye ka ama na ababe besise ade bia obia no oye ene ade bia no nipa ehwe no Nyankopɔn so ehwe okay nipa ehwe ebo nipa famu ene Nyankopɔn so ehwe awo honam fa awo nipa nyame enti na sa wo ye na sa wo ni Nyankopɔn ka ho na hefa na wo kokobi enti me de me believe say awo se me di Yesu achi okay kwaku anu an na me di achi da me na baba pem
bi a wadui
enti kwaku me de me mpehwe
okay
na me nka nchiro bi sa wo so ensesam fili ne dia wo ana me so me meka wo de ho okay what I say sabe we free Mason me ma ho
ye wasem
ho ye wo
so hwe ne se ho ne nya da bra Yesu ye bejo
me de no ana me make
udu lem
me di me lem kokumen cross
dabi obia
kokumen cross
anu de hu hia pa
kokumen cross nti de obia de bia wo ye bia no onye but me de me tu anamo a de me ne kasa oboa me
no ani Kristo
Yesu Kristo
nice one
Hebrew me kano Yashak Mishak aya modern Hebrew crowd dey be from Joshua
okay Joshua okay
but Hebrew mo no Joshua
okay
what you say but Joshua no aya you know so we can ask no a o kire Acts 4:12 me ade wo de kono ye na o kire se edin bia ne asase so a na se soro a betima so sen we enti Joshua zo no you be odi Moses achi.
Oh, okay.
What I say?
Okay.
Enti so fa bibi a friend Hebrew Strong Concordance. What I say? 1008. Aya yine pa Hebrew for no. Aya yine omo I had to say Strong Concordance and I had to say dictionary. Ubie ya yipa. Obachro say Yashak no is save from sin.
Okay.
What I say? Okay. And Joshua also he cried to save. I just say cry to save and say you get power from somebody before you can save.
Okay.
And to Joshua ya won be brave.
Okay.
But no do jitumi
free radinche.
And why? But yesu there.
Okasa straight because one on ankasa de jana ankasa ba.
What I say intermediate this is what I believe. Nice. But obi asum bi obi a.
Nice one. Say aggressive interview na ye ultimu say ye wie kura but my last question be maybe say ye wie kura and ye wie kura. And then my budget chama tampa ye bahabe say something. But a bread no was small mining tea. And when your time ama yensu ye mu say betimi na bedin komo. Na ohwa ye din komo wo politics ni mu a ye de be si abegura ne life. So won hwe ya anaso wahwa ye de egura life ni bebi okostati bebi wo bre ni ade and ye sade aba ye be wi kura. But the ye be wi kura me ka say more last question say wo de wonim say chama wontimi and politics now the name chama wontimi.
Yes.
Tesi yetimi say ko wi wo politics. Papa sisi akumase de headquarters and MPP for headquarters Kumasi Asante region
a hona party
no mukoko fuo mu gold wo mu DBO ha ne wo Kumasi for me giri say de ekoso bia no mate complain koso e fa wan ye kwan Kumasi for kasa wo ye kwan menim keti an so me yeso mbo muvu akon so menim say de ho asem akokosi me hu say e bebo asoso bi wo itachange ye soame Kumasi de ne pa bia ntimi mmasa itachange ni bia na wo hwe koso na makra double road fefefe atonsu kwan so omo ye nso ba bi wo ma ya say jai anka double road pa de ko ande o me kan say wa ukuro mu kwan ye ba yai eye friends say odi fiti atinga junction so e betwem wo hai eye bridge e be si ko bi so be complain say nye chama wuntimi kwan ni cause chama ha no nam na obi gina kire oh na say chama de omo bobo amre ma omo ntefio because ka no e ho tie se kura obakwa koto ahyem die na wo message be na wo di je Kumasi for na ahotoso be na yemfa ntoso se ni da so ho
yo ni da so ni ahotoso e wo ho de say president no e ho na bibia ni free ba we declare say a year of rules na anonso so nkire say rules no ha say free akufo adopenso and this for by mfie nwotwe mfie nwotwe no mu free so na MPP ba afi ne yatwa mfie miensa
anonso nkofo complain we o mo say adentina MPP kasa bia no mkoba NDCD because for say yes o muntimi nye o mo nko na mo mefa but mo so mo kan na asa akosi wo mo aso
efri say abra o mo ba mfie nwotwe no a mo ye green book no e ka so ma ya kwan ni nyina no e no mo ye ya ampa anya no se mfie miensa ye ba ye nka kwan na tutu anka ye sa ye no foforo
e green book no mo ye drawing ana
omo ye so o ma ye Ghana kwan ni nyina ana o mo koje aye no o mo koje bosia so free aye
Ecobank o sen fan
UBA bank no so aye ya mo di rule fund no koje ye no enti sisi ame no ka say no afi na president no anya bosia ade ama na wo mo so a ndc for no an so timi bo a wo mo ama wo timi ye adwuma no yet from 2010 no so be ye ne dia ni ntu yo maka enti nan say president ni issue 2.2 billion vice president mu nyina ba say ye tua manfo ka akatua ne bae but abra bae no na bank the top bank ne sansa wo de ne kanti no bank ne mfa ho sa ban na atua wo kanti wo say de mawo eto mu na bank na fa
okay mo wo de meka enti me go contractor mo de meka fancy be 5 billion na ba na betue mu bia be 1 billion na be tom account mu a bank ne sa de ne sa to so wafa
because what the bank ne ka
to eto mu na amane
bank na fa enti no sisi ame no ka say no aban no ya de so we hwɛ mu a Kumasi akwan a wo Asante region no I can confirm aba kwan se be ya I was see din ka de mansa ye de ba national budget mu na ko parliament ni approve ansa Kumasi akwan ni nyina na approve be 80% sisi a me no ka say said ya wo ka say wo ba wo fa atonsu dia a wo ba ye no omo da so wo ho mo from China Joe na wo se ka wuram sa wo wuram ko akiri na ko hu bridge bi omo ye no ho a baku obehunu sese Asantema mu ye niyama de maye pa
ba mu ka so mo ya de eche
anya sa de
hwe ka poku ase omo timi kekeke ya
Jamaica ejina time omo de sha ase ene time we mo de sha ase ana jina obi a no nse ho no poku ase de na wo ka ne nsu ntwam wo ho ba bi a wo kire mi wo hu se susa etwam wo ho
ahayai
wo hu se susa wo hu se bridge bi wo ho
kasepa
enti omo dane nsuo no na kokokɔhwɛ sɛ de omusi yɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɔkyekyere fam ɛfam ne wo ɛyɛ yi nyina nsa na wɔtumi adane no so kokokɔhwɛ akwan a ɔmo yɛ no wɔ hɔ no a ɛna wura mu a ɛso se ahodwo ha nyina ba bi ɔmo dane nsuo no ade akɔyɛ yi nyina you be shocked and surprised because bia wonam akwan no ho nti no enti wo de oduru ba bi ɔmo afra hɔ Chinese mall no a what you say buso mo no mo nkyere wo kwan na wa kasa kɔ omo guso omo yɛ adwuma sisi yɛ omo yɛ kɔgye besia ne free France government and this scan the bread na yɛ 27 million euro atonso kwan na wo hunu yɛ no yɛ 27 million euros and yɛ the bread sa kwan na wo hunu sɛ yɛ nti wokɔ na akɔkɔhwɛ a ɛna wobɛhunu sika ani ade akufu ado filifili uboku ade omoye no ba wo nam kwan ho a nye ni nyina na betimi ho sebe se wotwa mu no ama bifie ha ade na abehu ade na abehu enti no kɔ e friend China Joe e kwan no ho no ano wo office no wo ho wo se wo ye journalist wo pese wo kokɔhwɛ adwuma a omoye no na kokɔhwɛ na kwan ye nso so anya ade a kwan de obia hu no ene fan na yi se yede quota aguso no what you say yede quota aguso no eno ne ade a obia hu but nya kwan ye no obeye kwan a so yi gutters because kwaku se nsuo toto aso pa te sabosomi a kwaku ansam beba ansam beba ba bia ye kasa ye yi no se nsuo to a begira fa baby ni eyi fa manfo fie ni amanfo ye yi pa wo this is the first time I hear say you know e de ama what I say e be betwam fa ya ase ha nyina e fira hins e kwan mu ho no e be fa ya ase ha nyina de ko no ma control nsuo no no ma the bridges atoto nsuo no so a ye benya different route a ni kwa se e be fa main road no e na e de akọ enti de make can say so obetima ye kwan a e just auto obo ase why you gutters wo ye gutters ni wi a e wo se ewo wo wi a so ho ye wo engineers wo ho a apart from sikasem no omo beye bridge ye wo ho yi so what is amanfo bebira ye bridge amana bu agum da
matibida
enti se wo ya na se antimi ankwan ko duru bra wo so edu na se wo ye wi na pepepe wo so afa so ye yipa ebebu because cars fa so ye no kwakunya wo car na se me car no nko a wo
to create cement car ne ho keka ho nua gina fa so
tase wa hwe bekum obi ana wa hunsuo so a etwefa ne sei edekọ nsuo ni nyina no etwefa sei ya da kwakọ bosusa mu we ye subin enti subin ni susa no ekọkọ bomu wo okwa hensan ho no ye no enti se wo hunu a eda ho te se lake no eno na akufu ado ye ho adwuma sisia eye 27 million euros sanso na oba na oba befa eye oba na oba befa eye ayi interchange ya wo Prempeh College anumu ho Prempeh College anumu ho Sintreso Sofulai ho no so ye ya na no so abrakofo ye so oya maye no what you say
Sofulai de no
yes
Sofulai de say ayi atames ne be ye
Tapi kofo
ho asem ba ye wo
da be ye kofo ti asem na me kana ye kofo they know say kofo na ye Yes.
Theater miss no be wi kakra.
Dabi. Omo pa ye no no ma ntua sika a wo se ye de ma wo mo no. Omo holdu no on. Ento ma ntua amfa ma wo mo. Ana ayi no bank na omo ko bo obesia no. E increase ye. Eno so ye de ma China Juo ne de ma wo mo. Ento omo ka no e raise call 250 million. From 50 million no. They raise call 250 million. Bank no.
Okay.
Nti abra call ye no. Na MPP ye ba so nti mfie wotwe oboba ye nyina o man to aso. Eno ye friend Sofolai. Ye friend Sofolai Sunyan Road, the din pa no.
Sofolai
Sunyan Road. What you say? Nti abra omo so ba ye no. Omo so ama beto aso mfie wotwe na omo ba ye bebedi ye nyina o ma anye.
Asebe kwa no obi aso won to aso.
Nti abra want oma fa sika ma oma nto aso no ena kwa ne da ho ne sika ne increase ye nti ye ba ya said no traffic e wo ho no so dodo nti monko na monko ye no ye ma o mu 50 million no ko to o ma account ma na bank na fae nti kwa kusisi a me no ka say last month ena yetimi anya 166 million. Yes, I am a say so full eye, honor ye, or ba beto aso the ababe. But 160 million. Second to me, yet, a friend says, Swami road to me at the ending. Second to me, you. Get me, ya quite a brave or how. As my secure body in your scatter to a crowd. But see, I'm no casino. Yet the ama company back up. Yet the ama company back up. Because, sir. Aban bi ba ye no ka se won to aso na ye ja to ho nti do ade akwakofa bre ye nso so akwakofa bre ye ne ye yi ne so free ho a te se so fulai ho no a wo kan ye yi no ano a wo de ko no u be duru apatrapa jansen no ho a ho ye ni nyina no so hwe o mo draw ye nsena kwaku ayade a interchange e wo ho no at the awoka say ye da ho na wo the only back pass I betimi afa road ni wura sase say ya na wuram say ya be yo nwanwa ba sisi ya me no ka say amanfo akwako si edan de si ba bia e be ye sa back pass no
omu na
kwaku utie on sa woka say yemu no say very simple na woka se nipa na ba be hu sisi ya no de dwa to ade ababeto wanim sisi ya ye no a what you say man hwe ya obaka senki yenyai krom ha sei krom ha what you say kwaku na so wonim say aye plan no dada e dey ntina wo so okusi no
na daddy swam so de na overhead no
kum no ma prove
ase Kumasi kanko no
da binya no preda ti asem na meka no wo bai no on say and this time on so o ka say wo bai no on so say ya hase ya ye o say o ba haze me ha ye ahase ya me no ka so tra kakra bia yagusu sa ya babe Boasu road pachi you know yagusu what as a contractor na Kofi Job why say wo fa airport kwan ya first na nyesa na tia ka sa munumura gu ye no wonum sesese ya yaye wo free adweso a wo de bai wo hu se yaye wo free wo free akra na wo bapa what you say wo besi ewo dade so wo tra dade so wi a tawa wo behu ayeso asankare wo be beduru asankare yaye no wo tu wani se ya edmark wo bo so agu kwan wo wuramu wo be bompata 10 rows you so ayeye wo wuramu dwaso a from dwaso to bogu to ye ne achem sie so ye so ya mo ban kire wa wo hunu
today the way no quarter we no mugu no 30 years de ne bi ana so mugu last de ne bi so bo me ye be to aba na ku be 4 months de 5 months
anya na kure ya anya we na ne de ma wontimi mfa masa ya de amadada ana eguso a ye nto yi process
wo ya kikikiki yengu yemfa to aba 8 months
dabi
Were you doing mining, illegal mining, before you joined politics in 2014?
Paul, as you have already asked me, mining is something I have benefited, and I was having a company called Hansol Mining.
Hansol?
Hansol, Hansol.
Hansol, yeah.
Hansol Mining.
Yeah.
You know, I was the owner. That time, if you check the PMMC, you will see that I was the only Ghanaian company who was competing with Anglo Gold, BGL, Nemo Ghana, and stuff. I was making nobody at that time. So unfortunately, one day I was there. Then I had a call that President Mahama is calling me. So I went.
Which year was this?
Was 2013.
President Mahama was president.
President Mahama was the president. Okay. So I had a call that President Mahama is calling me to Castle. That time he was in the Castle. So I
Vice President Mahama or President Mahama?
Because
President Mahama really never operated from the Castle. He started from Jubilee House.
No, you don't know.
He was in the Castle, okay.
He was in the Castle.
2013, early, okay.
Yes, early 2013. I know. The time
Prof died.
Yeah, Prof died, you know. Then he was there before he moved to
the Jubilee House. Yeah.
To the Jubilee House. So he called. Then he said that...
so you met him?
I met him. That I was busy because I was going to I was going to see my workers and how they was. So you
didn't come to Accra to see him?
I didn't. I said to him, "You just call me." So
you mean he spoke to you directly on the phone?
No, he let somebody called me, you know, and I said to him, "Please, kindly tell him." So I was shocked. I said, "Me, President Mahama, want to talk to me?" About what? He said, yes, you are invited to the Castle to meet him. Then he gave the time, blah, blah, blah. And I said, but now I'm on the way to my workplace, my company, Summer Boy. So the place I am, I cannot come. Then he said, okay, can I talk? Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on. Then I hold. Then he said that if you don't come on Friday, then you have to meet the president on Sunday in Tamale. And I say, okay. So in Tamale, I took one of airline, then I flew to Tamale. Then I saw him. The time I reached there, all my company documents and everything was there.
Was in front of the president?
It's in front of him. You know, so that time of relative was there, and there was a guy.
Beblo Latte, then National Security Coordinator.
Yes, was there, and then his brother.
Which brother?
Peter Mahama was there.
Peter, yeah.
And the one they look alike, Alfred,
yeah.
Alfred Mahama was there, and some few people was there. Then he asked me, young man, how did you get all this money? I have all your documents. And I said,
how did you get all this money?
Yeah. Because all my documents. So he said, tell me the truth. And I said, I have nothing to hide. You know, for you to be small or big, you know, you have to work. So my work, the job that I do is a mining. I have a legitimate concession called Hansol and Akunta Mining. So this is my document, and I have expatriates that they also work for me, and yeah. So he started opening. So he asked me, okay, tell me about mining. So I told him mining is not a bad thing. Every country need a mining. If you have a resources, you need it to develop here, but you have to regularize it or make a good policy for it. But to me, I have a legitimate lances they have signed for me. This is my lances. So he see everything through. Then he said, oh, this guy, you are too smart. Because that time I was making about $1 million a day. So if you go
that
to
again. I don't believe that. That's why I said you said
go to PMMC.
You are making $1 million a day from mining.
From mining.
So what do? You put the gold and you sell it abroad through PMMC?
No. What the money that you send, the money have to come back. That the money you send, the money will have to
send the money to where?
If you send the gold.
You send the gold, yes, and then
the money have to come back.
Yes.
So I told him that, Mr. President, do you understand about inflation? Do you understand it? We are the people. We are the kingpin of the inflation.
Okay, so the point you're making is that the miners are the core people who determine inflation.
The business people.
Yes, whether inflation is going to be high or low.
So
is determined by these people.
Yes, because of the money I'm making. If you touch me, the Ghana economy will hit. So he touched me on the June 2013 June.
How did this conversation end before he touched you? This tamale conversation, how did it end?
He told me that, young man, you are too intelligent. I want you to come to NDC to support me. And then I said to him,
you're speaking on the national platform. President Mahama,
I'm saying
maybe
because
listening,
the time,
or his people are listening.
Listen, the time
you have to be sure that what you are saying is correct.
I will never lie. Wontumi will never lie, and he knows. The time I went there, I went there with now he's a Bosontric MPP chairman. You know, he was following me that time. Anywhere I go, he's the person. So I went there with him. I went there with him.
Why in Tamale did this meeting happen?
The residency.
Oh, the original minister's residence.
Yes, the residency. That's the place.
That's why usually the presidents go when they go to Tamale.
Yeah. No, he cannot say he didn't meet me. He cannot.
No, but did he tell you that you should come and support the NDC?
Oh, yes, of course. It's normal. It's normal to tell the businessman if he have money, you know, to say, come and support me.
Okay.
So
what did you say to that before the meeting ended?
I said to him, to me, I see politics as a religion. The place I come from, you know, even if you have money, you know, even if you have power and you have money and you don't belong to MPP, you know, it's very dangerous. So to me, Mr. President, I don't want to say. And that time when I look at my pocket, you know, I have money, so I'm brave, you know, to tell him that no. You know, so after that,
the conversation ended how? Yes, after that,
it ended like okay, still the way. So he asked me, how can I employ everybody?
How can you, Chairman Wontumi?
No, how can
he, President Mahama, employ everybody
for Ghanaians to
benefit from this mining?
Yeah, how can we also stop the galamsey? Then I told
he raised galamsey with you at that time.
Yes, he said galamsey, and I said I'm not galamsey. He said, they brought the letter that you are Galamsey. And I said, no, I'm not Galamsey. This is my document. And check from your people. That is it, Mahama. Yeah,
the minister.
Who signed my document. And I said, listen, this is your minister. So call him. Call him to find out. So, no, I'm not Galamsey. Because the people don't know. That is why it's a large scale, the same as Anglo Gold. And Mr. President,
you're a large scale miner.
I was large scale. I'm always a large scale.
Okay.
Even now, I have something called lithium and stuff. I have 9 large scale companies in Ghana, but I just don't.
Let's come back to how the conversation ended. So he said what? Employment. He was talking about employment.
Yeah. So I said to him, immediately you touch me.
When did he say he was going to touch you?
Yes.
You said he was talking about employment.
They said they brought you for me to stop you.
That you are Galamsey.
Yes. This is exactly this. They said they brought you for me to stop you. So convince me. And I said, Mr. President, if you touch me, immediately you touch me, I have about 5,000 workers to 6,000 immediately. I will go home and I won't do anything. And also it will affect the people. Precisely, the GDP we are talking about, and it will hit the
inflation.
Yes, the inflation will hit it. And then he said that, you sure? And I said, but the government having opened a company before, ever since from Kwame Nkrumah time. Just name it. I just want to see. And then said, you are very courageous, so I will meet you again. I will set a meeting for you to explain the mining for them to see. And I say, okay. So he sent the people to come and meet me.
So this is how the meeting ended?
Yeah, this is how.
That he reconvene another meeting?
Yes.
And then
so he convened. So that time, Nusa Fuseni was
the minister.
Was the minister. Then I had a call from one of his allies that they are going to attack your companies. So I called Anusa Fuseni and I said, Mr. Minister, this is the information I'm having, that the president is sending some people to go and attack my company. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. That time, Paul, that is, you know, when I was a child, like 17 years, my mom died when I was 17. That time, my mom was 38 years when he died. You know, next year's about 25 years, something like that. And when I say, when you ask me what is your bad day, is the day my mom died and the day former President Mahama destroyed my company. You know, he took my company like a Rambo style. You know, I was having about 500 excavators. They seized it.
500 is an interesting figure these days.
Yes.
500 excavators.
Yes, they seized it because...
So when you got the call, back to get the storyline well, when you got the call from, and you called Inusa Fuseni.
I called Inusa Fuseni.
And told him that you have heard they want to attack you.
Yes.
What did he say? Did he assure you that is not true?
He said that no matter what happens, we will try to protect you. So don't worry.
Okay, that's what the minister said.
Yes, yeah. This is what he said.
Yeah.
So I called him. So I moved from here to Western region.
Here being Accra or Kumasi?
From Accra. Okay. That time my office was in Tema.
So then you moved to Takrady, you said, from Accra.
Yes,
to
so I moved
after this conversation.
After that,
did you alert your people that they are going to attack us? So when they come, be careful, something like that.
They told me they are not going.
Okay.
This is what the minister told me, that they are not going. But still, you know, the Bible said where your property is, where you know, that is the place your heart is. Also, yeah. So I was also trying to move to do what I can do. So that time, Kofi Boakye was the regional police
in Ashanti.
No, in
Takrady.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tried to go there. So immediately I got it. They said, Chairman, forget it. It's gone. And
that's what the DCOP told you.
Oh, he told me. He pointed blank to, he pointed blank. He said it's gone. Don't go there. If you go there, you might be killed. So stop. Don't go. And I said, no.
He was already aware, or you briefed him?
No, they called because the government, you know, the President Mahama himself cannot go and do it.
Yes.
You know, he have to work through the security agency. Of course, he also will receive calls and stuff like that.
As regional commander of Western Region, he was aware.
So he didn't give me detail.
No, he couldn't give you details.
He couldn't give me detail, but he just said immediately, I showed the documents to him and stuff. He said, sorry. You know, he said, sorry.
But you went to him because he was your friend?
No.
Why did you go to him?
I'm also a Ghanaian. I also want to...
Is the concession in Western Region?
Yes.
Oh, it is in Western Region. I thought it's in Ashanti Region.
No.
Oh, so it's
in Western region.
Okay,
so I was showing my document to whoever.
All the influential people.
Because before it was going to... That time, Bavrolate has invited me to national security about 4 times.
For what?
That time, Galamsey. You should accept that you are Galamsey. And I said, no, I'm not Galamsey. They said, how do you bring the Chinese people? And I said, I'm not ambassador in China. You should ask the Ghana ambassador to China.
Did you have Chinese people working for you?
Yes, that time, yes. I have the Chinese people.
Do you know Aisha Wang?
No, I never know him.
But you have Chinese people working for you?
I have the Chinese, because that time I have we have service support mining. I have a service support mining. So if you have a service support mining, the Minerals Commission can give you quota. You know, you can bring. It's the same as Anglo Gold having
or Goldfields.
Goldfields having the same priority, the same thing.
What is it called? Service support mining.
Service support mining. I was having service support mining. You know, so I show all my documents, you know, to Bavrolate in the national security. You know that. Listen, if you are saying that I'm a Galamsey, then arrest me, because this is my document. This is the minister, and I'm not immigration officer. I also don't give working permit. You know, I'm also not interior minister to give working permit and stuff. Please, I'm a businessman. So I went straight for my business to be successful. So
okay. So after the meeting with Kofi Boakye, then what happened?
So after with Bovlala, you know that they want to, it was a big meeting,
with a lot of security people there.
Big one.
Who else do you remember was there, apart from Colonel Bovlala?
Apart from that, there was one military. There was a one military man. He took in charge of the operation.
Okay, you don't remember his name, that's okay.
Yes, I don't remember, but I will.
So Lai Bovlala wanted you to accept that you are a Galamsey.
There was a migration, everybody. So everybody is throwing. So I was.
But did you attend these meetings alone, without your lawyer?
I went there with my lawyer.
Okay, who's your lawyer?
That time I went there with called Dako.
A lawyer called Dako.
Dako is the person who wants to stand in Swami.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
You're a former lawyer.
My former lawyer.
Challenging the MP of Swami.
Yeah,
and you are Ashanti Regional Minister. Ashanti Regional Chairman.
Now, yeah.
For the referee for the contest.
Oh, now this one is not
that's a side issue.
Osei Chairman Sabonsu is Chairman Sabonsu.
Oh, Swami is Osei Chairman Sabonsu.
Yes.
Yes, the majority leader.
Majority leader.
Okay, your former lawyer is the one challenging him.
Yeah, my former lawyer is my former lawyer.
Okay, no problem. So let's get back to the story.
Yeah, so at that time I went there with him. So that they was talking illegal this and they was talking this and then the lawyer was talk here. And I said, no, Mr. Lawyer, no, sit down. Mr. Bovlala, look, why I'm having all this document and stuff. This is the documents. If you are saying I'm illegal, arrest me. So you want to harass me because I have money. This one told President Mahama that it won't work. I told them. So it just happened just like that. So I was moving from radio station to radio station.
In Kumasi?
Here, Accra. I was living here.
Okay.
TV station to TV station, moving everywhere, press conference. So you can go back to once you go Hansel Mining or Wontumi, you will just see into the distance. So they tagged me, so that they can steal. You know what happened? Not knowing that the workers, even they was working with me, some are even the national security have sent them there. So they know where exactly the gold we are hiding the gold. You
were hiding gold?
But no, I was putting my gold. Yes, because
you mean the gold that you mine?
You mine.
You hide it somewhere, okay.
Yes, you have to have
before it goes to PMMC.
Before you will send it to PMMC.
Okay.
You have to have a place
in there. Like a vault or so.
Yes, and sometimes you also have to sell some so that you can have money to do daily.
Sell some to who?
We have local buyers.
License, legitimate.
Legitimate, yes. If you go to Takwa.
So if I want to buy, I cannot buy without a license?
No, you have to have a license.
To buy?
Yes, you have to have a license. Either from PMMC.
Okay, so they came to attack you and they took everything from you?
Yes, so they know exactly. So that time, Agaga was the Minister of Interior.
Deputy.
They killed even some of my workers. So I brought it. It's something that
it's a story that I've never heard.
Listen, I can never forgive President Mahama. I will never forgive him. I will never forgive him.
But you say you're a Christian and... I mean, if your story is true, I don't know whether it's true.
Listen.
But if it's true, God says you should forgive.
God said...
Yeah, he said, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. That's what the Lord's Prayer says.
And the God said, yeah, forgive, But David's... Moses also said, yeah, when somebody also slap you, also used to also slap you,
okay. So I think I get the story now. So your concession was taken.
The concession.
Your work was destroyed. So this was now what, 2014, 15?
2013.
Still 2013. Okay. June 2013. Everything was taken.
Yeah,
all your workers went.
All my workers.
And the gold that you had there was taken.
They took. They brought it to Anusa Fuseni.
Did you sue the government?
Of course, I sued the government. Herbert Faber is my lawyer.
Egbert Faber.
Yeah, Egbert Faber. It's my lawyer, and you can even that time. Akwasi Pratt, my uncle Kwesi Pratt. What do you call
Kwesi
it?
Pratt Jr. That's the journalist Kwesi Pratt Jr.
Yes, journalist Kwesi Pratt. Journalist Kwaku Bako. I send all my documents to them for them to go and plead with me. Anybody I know you have influence, I just come to you to come and plead. You know, so they did what they could. You know, we still have their what they say.
What has happened to the case in court?
We are still on it.
On it.
Okay. We are still.
So you are claiming a judgment debt, I'm sure.
Of course it will come. Of course it will come. You know, so it's a certain Mahama did. So immediately.
Okay. So I think the story ended at night.
You look on. Obiwe. So what the mirror here juma o my yes. Now you heard the way I'm running OPTC now. You're careful. We are all at risk. Look at the OSP. Who the show OSP busao? Sa only can ofrata as you do me I do you I'll show you where power lines in common I can see no more kono. Me busao. How do we pronounce somebody a wanted person? One day say man. Who the man pure court education. Now yeah the kind ya accuse area can ofrata court abon kweduana. Okay. When they declare obisa or you wanted, then I think
the OSP Act, no, Emma OSP, no, that power. Ordinarily, it was a court.
Okay.
Into there is still divided opinions on that. If we say, I've read articles from some lawyers. If we say it was Sanka or court answer, others feel say based on the wording of the act. OSP no 2 minutes to declare somebody wanted. But I think we cover by say he's investigating some issues. We're setting out 5 issues. Are we investigating Ken Oforiatta on? Our free say here Ken Oforiatta in the jurisdiction to appear before him.
Trying in the absentia.
We in absentia. It's a very good question. But before that, the Ken Oforiatta is under investigation by the OSP for 5 key issues. Number 1, Petroleum and Minerals Revenue Assurance. Contract between SML and GRA. Number 2, electricity contract termination, cancellation of ECG's agreement with Beijing BXC. Number 3, National Cathedral. Procurement and payment processes. Or say investigative. Number 4, ambulance deal. Ministry of Health contract for 307 ambulances. Number 5, GRA tax P fund, handling and disbursement of tax fund account. And you see he's investigating Ken Oforiatta on these 5. Good. The question has been asked, sir.
Me question. So that the OSP, if he's listening, will know that some of us are not in tune.
Okay, with Neoma. That's fine. That's fine. And the question then is, does he necessarily need Ken Oforiatta within the jurisdiction to appear before him and son of the person Biano?
I
think it's
because me yes. DMT I said tried in absentia. Yes, yeah, mamma no or Bribi obesi Ghana. Say, no man the coin, I'm a I'm so lawyer whether you are there or not, that's a more says a trial in absentia. Lawyer need to make no more so say nimpo say Nyomana okika and since when Obi Yadi Obi medical a year or this year from a yenipemuno. Any who coin ye be hazard guess we can I say you see say this is what is happening to that person. Between you know.
Let me issue this way, say lawyer Kisia Jeben a senior lawyer. Senior man. In the moment they are making just my elementary understanding.
Hold on. Hold on. Please. You see, that is the challenge we have.
That's why he's senior.
Nobody refuses that seniority. It does not stop you.
But that's
from you are not discussing him, you are discussing the law.
Of course.
So you don't have limited. You will be exposed. But it is the law. Your understanding of the law.
Sure. Sure.
You have given him that acknowledgement, sir, or your senior most. I didn't tell me the assembly also a senior, sir. Nobody doubts that. But when we are discussing it, during the question of quarter or a senior to a judge, oh, the back on the and your senior said, but the bono and any Indian Babano. Be a lay person, maybe out of ignorance. I'm asking these questions to get me okay.
Me understanding, Oman, and say in criminal procedure, say tankers for. Se tankers for nkane no moba ufia unse they can issue criminal summons against you abrekwa yencheo so you aware tankers for can issue criminal summons against you abra yencheo into without arrest no criminal summons can be issued. In fact, say we wadwen say we go by criminal summons but now obey the friend charge sheet in what charging ni pan e de na e kokota unse was so serving
the criminal summons ni den
in the fan say you issue process against you.
Okay.
Yencheo. In the area, my baby say ufie. By law, or say menye ufie fi. Me a tankers ni. Me buy my say ufie. Bibi apoto. Me tibi do court strict.
Oh, who say because say order that. It's my baby.
Yes.
And who is the
tankers can issue criminal summons against you. Okay. You understand? Court bet me a kawaseme di wasamama. E dia wasi e dia on ye timi e dia yo. Ene ye wo where you have to prepare charge sheet to the Nipana court, was serving Nipano, and no produce even with the charge sheet. No, say the court. Nasi a per se 7 years ya won't mean serve. Mitmiko court, echo coye, the friend substituted service. And the court the mama crying say, okay, say mintimin far, rate me share un same personally. Ebia met me ascend WhatsApp, met me a publish you a newspaper, met me the abebo o dying any and all of that substituted service. Un sabet me a care was set. Based on that, where they will appear in court. Say a court based on substituted service. That's a wow ma. Who say I can get the court to issue a bench warrant for you. And the court issue bench warrant now. Baby, I will be. I will say
okay, so say me point a person say. Me person me imagine
yes.
Me person OSP no krano. Say on share court jumidi biase. Me say ko shase because no matter what kaka no.
Yes.
Ghanaians are eager to know the outcome. It be say on share court.
And that's what I'm saying. Say ebase kenoforiata emaya.
Yeah.
Processor obetimi afem ebi na making. Inti bench warrant de no ho. Then say bench warrant is when yana mfa na ma. Then you can invoke Article 19. Try and
because we ask I want to because unim. Say we are all yes. Because the area no just say we did dream be.
Of course.
I know she
and mind you say there is no law. There is no law. A share accused person and as a suspect. Some about before an investigative team.
They say OSP. Yeah. Oti can of right a bit
about try a budding in auto. Ubusani bibi on carry. Ubusani bibi on carry. Yes.
It's an offering cocotte.
And nuntina nipanim mayan before you no. And yet all in all. Because Kenofrata can come actually. And ranko bet me about Oba not OSP Busani baby no comment.
That's all about them.
Unem. In fact, mind you say, so okay, there is a case, Tagore versus the Republic. The court was clear. Say the silence of the accused person, no, and yet the fact say what prosecution you have to prove your case beyond reasonable doubt. In fact, say Ebasa court ninya doubt kakrebi about the audio to court nenimna. It inures to the benefit of the accused person. In fact, Osha this case, Akilu versus the Republic, the court was clear. Say the court to the state of say ADAC and answer NC, ADAC and answer NC, it always works in favor of the accused person. It should be one, the court should be left with no doubt, say ADAC. That's what into beyond reasonable doubt. No. And the first say accused person I come before you, no. It doesn't mean say you don't have to prove your case against the accused person beyond reasonable doubt. And that's why even in court, what ordinary panim court, court talk and accused person can tell the court who need
court.
Yeah, in court.
Court to mean
Dabi. And nuntina chapter 5 of the Constitution clear. A care about the fundamental human right. And mind you, that's our fundamental human right, no? Inalienable. Inti, you can be said, the hierarchy of laws. The Constitution is number 1.
So, I mean, because I say law student too.
Okay, the hierarchy of laws. Hierarchy of laws. Emra, in the Emra, the Emra, Tun Senia, the Emu Dupa, Constitution. after constitution a act of parliament into OSP na a creation of law statute act of parliament ye decree here into to me be anywhere OSP betimi anya through sa act na a create OSP no I betimi abro constitution so in the emphasis say me was right in the constitution guaranteed under chapter 5 of the in fact so okay article 33 of the constitution constitution they can say right I mean will enjoy no e be on point expressly stated in the constitution yes but article 33 takes care of that in the our right be a universal right it be a constitution but article 33 takes care of that I can enjoy those rights into about me right there these are chapter 5 I entrenched
but Wontumi na me ba wonso Wontumi nko ka say right is am I be me maduma me as OSP no obe delay me time and
no and not constitution they can say if say who act I set up no e ma utumi say ye bibi e betietia me fa ho dia constitution dia ma me so I can go to court the Supreme Court to get the Supreme Court to strike down when I act no because nothing in your act should run contrary to any provision in the Constitution.
Yes,
absolutely.
Subset of
absolutely. And no. Enter make us a chapter 5 of the Constitution no a guaranteed inti say obia baby say I say o pese wo force me say me before you by force. I mean, it cannot be. It cannot be because I have that right. Some make us a dabi member. Famiko court.
Na sade na amokasi supina no.
A court. And from day one, I will start say to time our judgment will be delivered in court. Nothing. There is no duty on me, the accused person, to say anything. Dabi, I can come and sit before you and keep. But I will say my bonnet. And you have to prove your case against me.
Maybe the
NSA, I will cast doubt on who case against me. The burden is always on the prosecution.
So in this case, options no does, but the OSP decided to pick on the red alert one wanted no.
Yeah,
or that option.
Yes. Into the act no a guarantee. But of course, I mean Ken lawyers already no now Oma file. There is a case at the Human Rights Court. Yeah, some about Odikai declare the wanted be. So Odikai declare the wanted.
If there's a way out to proceed in court, now absentia be on them. And among corner, more how it goes.
Can be done. I mean, of course. I mean, the OSP thinks power be a while bit me a compelling but even a numpono. I mean, compelling a suspect to appear before you by force. No. Because the parliament ma babet na wanim on cash and the OSP saying say and Ken ba na say Ken ka say question bi obebusa me bi amen answer enunti adwuma wo ya against Ken obejaya na
it's okay me fee
men kasa does that mean so obejaya the oya against Ken
obejaya me
fee and if say obekasa mpo na say wunyaya then only how go ahead
I feel what see me. I feel what see myself na make
rather than this drama. This drama.
I'm worried because where you're back, where you're forth, where you're back, where you're forth. Is there a process? I bet me we or court because what's my can say you didn't pa akwanaja akoni azu. You didn't be corner.
Because one thing also in Yahoo say obi obe assist to in investigation. A complainant. A complainant is bound to assist you in investigation, not the accused person.
Okay.
What you say? Okay. It is a bia. What can be bia?
Me na makwakache OSP say.
Yes.
Akwawe.
You have the duty to assist in the investigation. Enya me waka asama fa me hono. Because I can come and sit before the OSP and keep quiet.
Yanko court mekasa.
Yes.
Ba dem isi me.
Dem isi me nkasa. Obetime go dem akọ court kwa mekasa me nkasa. Untimi nya me hwe. Because it's your burden. And I think that rather than this whole drama no, if there is something concrete on the table, let's proceed because you see we need to get the money back, rather than focusing on this drama name.
At least I'm following Kwame Nkrumah. Concerning dollar.
I can understand your pains. Okay, Mamindi Konkonsa Kakra. Is that the reason why you support Kenya Agyapong?
Kenya Agyapong, dear. they me support no. And support my support no. And then me kind of clear me there was a pa. Ebi no di matem social media. I didn't know me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ninti me nka phone Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ho da. I feel quite a bit change story. Say me Mr. Caste. Sabi me person not na be person. Na me yonko ne Dr. Mahmoud na. I don't even believe in tribalism. Me yapa me say that ebe ndasia kasa no. People understand a lot of things. Me, I studied ecology and evolution. In our blood, in our genes, our genotype, you need tribal, you must be any wasa. Now, any people be one area for so many years. If it be adaptational tendencies, whether no, and the any amudi, namu behavior, the same or some common character traits. Into be uncle baby. A tyranny be a crown by in nation. Also, Crawford almost about to say, oh, so we almost color, almost cast away, and I'm not tribal by. Tribal has got nothing to do with leadership and development. What you say? I'm not against doctor because of anything. I particularly think that Ghana for the brain, sentimentally, they almost say to a banner, a problem. And you, Dr. Mahmoud no issue. What do you say? Kasa will be one of the best presidents in Ghana. It's Dr. Mahmoud. But now, me, I'm looking at also another angle, say, in terms of, grassroots popularity, in terms of other factors, be a MPP getting you win election, and a man could be Kennedy. And I also think, say, as I said, Ghana, you hear a lot of discipline. Kennedy also want a shortcoming, will be any. Will be Krabakas or Tada and Buffalo, of course, and yet, but will be a wire policy very 30 years. You bet my cancer and a good phone or Casa. By Encasu, we are on my Sicadi, and you may prefer one. Of course, Dr. Mahmoud also we are my Sicadiada. To me, I'm analysis, and I may have bigger picture of popularity. Any good and bad, them to say, yeah, a bit my MPP win. I'm not saying that he's better than Dr. Mahmoud. No, I can never say that. Respectfully, Dr. Mahmoud is a great person. But I think, say, 2028, you hear Obia, masses, every troop Edinachi. Na me ko kepkos papa NDC for mpanyimfo nyina e bi se papa bi wo su wo se ne bawi na ne na school fees obi ka say onko ken no so NDC ni di omu a me ha ne ha adwin wo se ofre ken wan fa no share program bi ase na o ka kire no o anu abre ni sika atua to university after no ko ne ken ka say bi mu da. So I think say can be Agyapong how me philanthropic or whatever side any ability to create a lot of jobs. Any near day no, see any party the break can near control other side of him in a near dinner. Or my way discipline, baby. Can Agyapong will not become a president, not policeman, which in a crown when they say 10 cities. Oh, yeah, forget. Which will be a can Agyapong a mistake than over you. Obi a chineba. Yet me chineba. Not a banner for police, after a papa. And in a banner for America. No, if I phone my policeman from the Banokotum. Now, me crown on them, say now. I think that aspect of him we need in Ghana now. And yes, I heard a left will be we are here, but nearly the same. And yet, President Mahama and Anado, Anabaumia, and on your good and any pabone. It is time to work on the mindset of Ghanaians. And we need sometimes some introduction of hardcore person here. Name I may cry, but no, them here, and that is why Agyapong is building a lot of young ones. And then, Abno Dr. Sevinamo Adiansari MPC no do na woman is so on Baba public crime also. We think that now we want to have a new Ghana. Yen yina me two seka me di boni as is dimeti as ya dimi tum untimi metra baby enka say ya contract we are 6 months na tutu there be. And these are the things in Agyapong raising mamedie makopenasem enya kwamboni bi aso.
And no, the next annum from him a unia brain a champona, a possible so on unsubainity, a behadring.
Oh, let me before never idea. Obi and any packet. That is why, bro, I'm against those who are attacking other candidates. Omo and then over who know be a Japan the past and send me the crown, only the Akaka home, and they have two social media. And I who know be a coca say tia baumia, and I who know be a say tia brag. Nina no, say NDC for an MPP, because about against us. Brian, so I don't know. Brian, so you'll be a businessman. Or pursue Gina, why not? MPP for me, Dr. Bichum. very brilliant man. There were different people in MPP. They only left in managing a fairly strategic configuration of our key resources and core competencies. Because I thought that individually, when you probably blow me good in Shira FM, Opia good. But when I didn't say console and when I am an editor, when I am say, the best you need as a team to derive the results we need from synergies. You know, and no, we are not perfect, but team here one. And almost all the major pro-poor policies in Ghana, to some extent, are born mind. That people are trying to develop. The brand too is not bad. The good thing is that about fashion plan techniques in the world. One of them, your friend, talent pool method. There are different types. Talent pool method, where India for the blow you good, ever together to context for something. Now, almost a year, no, very constructive and healthy. Now, whoever wins, because Brian, so on the win Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Baumia, or what the strength to be Adeba, Kennedy or Adeba, Dr. Aduchum or Adeba, Dr. Baumia in the Bewinia, Omar Castle or Kennedy upon the Bewinia, then when they come together, at the end, this is in trouble. In Tiango for near Banadiaminia, or be on a strength, and we need to build that collectivism as a fraternity, because look, no one on this earth in Ghana here, NDC and PPA, they are perfect. But between the two, or they have the other for Yami, at least, Bakoba, Sako, anybody could share Baku. Sabe, Ohiani Babako school. Say, Ohiani Babena way, oh, so Hiani Babetima Costa, and Yakro, Bena Pass of Union, and that's why the propaganda being, sent around and propagated around. And the MPP, the so be or Yanin, and honestly speaking, in this country, Obi Osronya, me be honest, on a scale of whatever, we are better than NDC. But we all have our shortfalls. It doesn't mean NDC is on your papada. It's whether Brian and a Brian back, then Unti, Doc and Winnie, and now Kennedy and Winnie, and now Obi and Winnie, any pabacum. At the end of the day, we are the same people. But I think, in my opinion today, Agyapong is the best bet when it comes to 2028.
Interesting.
At least I'm following Kwame Nkrumah. I think I mean the Ghana for say no more pekame to him. I'm of him.
I can understand your pains. Yes, sir. Okay, Mamindi Konkonza Kakra. Is that the reason why you support Agyapong?
If I show Agyapong there, they me support no. And support my support no. And then me kind of clear me there was a pa. Even with Jim social media, I didn't message Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Need me phone from Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Won't that? I feel quite a bit change story. Say, me Mr. Caste. Sabi, me person not na bear person. Now me young Dr. Mahmoud. Now I don't even believe in tribalism. Me Japan said that you being in that Katano. People understand a lot of things. Me, I studied ecology and evolution. In our blood, in our genes, our genotype, you need tribal, you must be any other. Now, any probably one area for so many years, there may be adaptational tendencies. Whether no, the namu behavior the same, or some common character traits. Entertainment be uncle baby. A tyranny be a crown by a nation. Oh, some crofo, almost about to say, oh, so we almost color, way, and I'm not tribal by. Tribal has got nothing to do with leadership and development. Okay, I say, I'm not against doctor because of anything. I particularly think Ghana for the brain, sentimentally, they almost say to a banner, a problem. And you, Dr. Bongo, no issue. What do you say? Kasa will be one of the best presidents in Ghana. Dr. Bongo, but now, me, I'm looking at also another angle, in terms of, grassroots popularity, in terms of other factors, be a MPP getting you win election, and a man could be Kennedy. And I also think, as I said, Ghana, you hear a lot of discipline. Kennedy also want a shortcut. You'll be any. Of course, and yet, but will be a wire politics very 30 years. ye bet ma kan say ne bu nefu no ka say enye ba yen ka so awie oman sika de enya me prefer one of course Dr. Mahama mi aso wie oman sika de ada ti me am analysis and I mean a bigger picture of popularity any good and bad them to say dia e bet ma MPP win. I'm not saying that he's better than Dr. Mahama. You know, I can never say that. Respectfully, Dr. Mahama is a great person. But I think, 2028, you know, here Obia, masses, you know, every troop edinechi. Near to me, not me a cocket coast, Papa. And this is one penny for you now. If we see Papa goes to, or send a bawi, nana school fees. We can say, Uncle, can almost when this video, may have a hard drink. What's a fair kind one? Fan will share program be as no catch no. Oh, I know a brain is to university. After no chronic can catch muda. So I think say can it be a Japan? How philanthropic or whatever side any ability to create a lot of jobs. Any near deno, see any party the break can near control other side of him in a near dinner. Or my with discipline, baby. Can Japan will not become a president, not policeman, which in a crown when they do 10 cities. Oh, yeah, forget. Which will be a can Japan will mistake than over you. Obi a chineba. Yet me chineba. Not a banner for police, after an papa. And a banner for America. No, if I phone my policeman from the Banocotum. Now, my crown on the make us say now. I think that aspect of him we need in Ghana now. And yes, I heard, if will be a but nearly the same. President Mahama and Anaba Omia and Onye good and any pabone. It is time to work on the mindset of Ghanaians. And we need sometimes some introduction of hardcore person here. And that is why Agyapong is building a lot of young ones. And then Dr. Sevinamua Adiansari MPC no do one woman is also on Baba public crime also. We think that now we want to have a new Ghana. Yen you me two seka me di boni as is dimati as you adimi tum unti ne metra baby enka say ma contract we 6 months na tutu there be. And these are the things in Japan raising mamedi makopenasem enya kwamboni bi aso.
Eno de na sanam from eye unia brain champona e possible so onu nso be unity e be ha adwen.
Oh, na people never need here. Obi any packet. That is why, bro, I'm against those who are attacking other candidates. Omo and then Uber who know be in Japan the past and family be crying. Omo the Biaka home and they are to social media. And maybe who know be a say tia baumia, and maybe who know be a say tia brag. Nina no, Sanya and this is one MPP dia because about against us. Brian so and also Brian so you'll be a businessman. Why not? MPP for me Dr. Abichum. Brilliant man. There were different people in MPP. They only left in management the strategic configuration of our key resources and core competences. Because I thought that individually, when you probably blow me good in Shira FM. Opia good. But when I didn't say console and when I was an editor, when I say the best you need as a team to derive the results we need from synergies. And no, we are not perfect, but team here one. And almost all the major pro-poor policies in Ghana, to some extent, are poor mind. That people are trying to develop. The brand too is not bad. The good thing is that about attraction plan techniques in the world. One of them, your friend, talent pool method. There are different types. Talent pool method, where India for the blow you good, ever together to context for something. Now, almost a year, no, very constructive and healthy. Now, whoever wins, because Brian, so on the win here, Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Baumia, or what the strength to be a deba, Kennedy or the deba. Dr. Aduchum or the Adeba said Dr. Baumia in the Bewinia, Omar Castle, Japan, the Bewinia. Then when they come together, I feel this is in trouble. In Tiancofonia, Banadiaminia, Obia on a strength, and we need to build that collectivism as a fraternity. Because look, no one on this earth in Ghana here, NDC and PPA, they're perfect. But between the two, what they have had the other for at least Bakoba, sa ko ohiani be di kosua baako sa de ohiani ba be ko school sa ohiani ba be nya wei so ohiani ba be tima ko hospital enya kro be nya pastor mienu awe ni MPP ne ye and that's why the propaganda being sent around and propagated around in the MPP there the so bi oha ya nyi ye ya jitum. And honestly speaking, in this country, obi osuro nyami bi oye honest bia on a scale of whatever there, we are better than NDC. But we all have our shortfalls. It doesn't mean NDC so nye papa da. Eti team na ba na there, whether Brian and a Brian ba na nunti Doc and Winnie, ana Kennedy and Winnie, ana Obi and Winnie any papa come. And then they are the same people. But I think, in my opinion today, Agyapong is the best bet when it comes to 2028.
Interesting.
Sir, you would only believe the amount factual who seems to be able to win. People. No. Into open lawyer, our experience in health insurance. Minya de basa me a lawyer. Matro me experience in health insurance. No.
Who be the credentials? I may say enyele di ya amount for boy chile. Eko fast hanse boy nyina ebaya. Lady not no krum handom. Aye adwuma empokro ye health program. E carry no se oye doctor ni. Until say investigation we by. Ni person na ni be say won say enti so. Ni pay your number no safo ni so oye doctor ni ampa so oye doctor ni. Ye chi abrante bi e court. So a lawyer.
Yes.
Ya no court di asemwa. It took one judge on the court and exposing.
Yes.
It didn't make us easy say e basa now. But there be say you should tell us something the next round.
No, but I make point.
Yeah. And we should go further.
The presidency has the national security apparatus at its disposal. When you are appointing people onto a board like this, and yet just based on CV the amount factual, national security should go behind and invest. Now you before DC is cry chrome her. Do you know the investigations are also? To the sense you call baby, I'll call kindergarten.
Akobisa.
Usubai.
Obomajai.
Even for DC, and not to talk of when you are looking for, and mind you, you are looking for a health professional with expertise in health insurance. Are you saying, sir, on the severe and ye a presenter, and was so say why ye health insurance or professional or a professional health insurance money are there?
And Penisi assuming near dance, you can be near dance. With near designation at the Berno, I want to believe sending penful who on the CV sono and the Amano position ye who on the CV sono and the action anymore.
And this is here now we are quite piano.
Yeah,
then
it make us hobby media send out the kakan. Ye name the entire Mampeni a revoke the appointment, but I'll say a young mind Ghana interest. Say now there's an allegation against an appointee of the president. Ebaya papa say, man peribe man national security. Abo actually, near the true person of nipa na ye kan wasem no. So me tell you, because M2, ye hu nipa na oye na, baby obobo se wakosa schools ni nyina no. Aban so betimi atwere.
Yes.
In fact, sir, a mama here can was any US local school. Yeah, that's one penny for US embassy.
US now or say or co school.
And for now, me need a fat neo can you say US local school. John Hopkins.
US not see or co school.
Okay.
I know that's a fair.
Okay. Yeah, but man benefit me about anything. Now, suppose I see or sad a CV could not so call University of Ghana Korea Day.
CVB a better about to say any CV.
Yeah.
Now also acquire BS
BSc
and BSc
okay
a BS tourism management
just a Bachelor of Science
also tourism management and my University of Ghana that since independence 2000
you see Obi
and no credit that University of Ghana and your tourism management
near money
so University of Ghana
near money dangerous the people now ya appoint omo edoma because amana kwa say board ne mampene so opesi enti once mampene so opene nko ade so awie JSS so awie kindergarten enye obi as mampene so opene. But I want to believe say mampene mu ne ni agye ho ese obema national security na outdoors ko ame ahwe.
No, but when put the man sad the intimi follow some mampene na see ope obi ne say the designation for this one no a health professional
and
with expertise in health insurance. And there was any panel first a health professional. Say on your health professional, it is a problem. In the anya about obi o mampenyi peno and also obi o mampenyi empeno. A health professional with expertise in health insurance. In the first, the person should be a health professional. On your health professional, it is a problem. In the anya about obi o mampenyi peno. It is really a problem. It is a clear case of dereliction of duty on the part of the presidency to do proper due diligence on such appointment, because a critical state institution, the National Health Insurance Authority, it's too critical. And when you have institutional reps, when you have people who are supposed to be professionals, say any other board of Mampinitimi, Epa Obia, different. But when you have to say two people now representing NHIS members. Emranika se wose ba akoyo ba. Mampeni betima for ba bia.
When so go school, only mampeni.
But when you are talking a health professional, then
that designation with expertise,
qualification, be relevant.
But
I think it is a serious issue, and maybe some explanations should be given beyond just the letter revoking her appointment. Why this thing happened?
And that's withdraw appointment. Yes.
And if it is proven, say indeed she represented herself to be somebody she is not, then criminal proceedings
should be instituted.
It is a serious issue that we don't have to take.
The
Attorney General should be
on standby.
Should be looking into this, and the police, every state institution should be looking into this.
There are some professions ufeki so come who and now here na be feki akodru. Lawyer, doctor, nurse. Uso mo wo ankasa code of language. So she no can I say correspond here. And say police ni. Say police ni she anyoku police ni huno. O she no di work up one tweet na so nye police na. Otimi hu. Etini no say o fake wade a onya. If that is true. Because based 3 days ago mu say the lawyer I responded to the claim by Modern Ghana says a fake doctor no. Say or say onye fake na Ghana na on practice or practice US. Then 6 days later but who say asase radio so akoye investigation bi American Medical Dental Council and I'm so respond so nye free watch him say o minimum obi akwa efe no Dr. Ann kra your practice or America wono. So man nyina ye ni ko ho ni ehu ni pesu ya woye. Ni paban ya woye. Now what practice Ghana in a private capacity, and now when you konya aye doctor adwuma bi Ghana ha na so when you konya nya sa adwuma na one man sa konya ne man yes adwuma no or say nyina obi or say me ye ekọ.
And that's why I think the state would have to take interest in this.
Apart
from say air trendy on social media.
We should know the true person of Dr. Ann. So real Kromamre Santini, Wababa ye Juma na as a medical doctor.
In private
capacity. And I say a hefa and the wakwa ye. What should be a prescribed do be the mobi. When a man yes hedumano. A quabro fast on yasa konya yes hedumano. Or so many to be room near to me. Said a bay and now what the amount for bias or bonnet to po. Minim said the year that so uncophobia air paradigm of me lawyers after lawyers a pound no. But still at least and then Saturday not perform about na for to go on your gusna yes no lawyer was in Siena eba na mekena lawyer school on CB Mukrada.
And this would also mean say maybe all the other boards appointments we probably will have to take a second look. It is a ye base on just their CV, sir. We should begin demanding proper certificates. In the apart from do CV abano, attach your certificate in so.
Sure.
And then the state would have to write to the schools
to verify.
Yeah, to verify.
Yeah, because meaning for example, more pray sa person koyo to sure. So okay, masters. Yes, you attach your credentials. But almost how boy actually. And do you catch yourself? For example, transcript now they ban. You pen the official letterhead of the school so because only a school no a phone number, your school email address. That will be the direct contact to the school.
To the school. It's true.
Just so say to me, Bobia, the chica, can you say at least yes?
Because this clearly is a national embarrassment.
Oh yes.
It's completely.
If it actually comes out to confirm, say, and Papa said she's not who she has been representing herself. Yeah, then
it's a complete embarrassment. I mean, it's not proper. I mean, especially coming after the SC with US embassy, Ghana embassy, Washington. Yeah. Charlie, there's no good. It's not.
And where should we from America, sir?
Charlie, Nkoye. It was John Hopkins near University Kitwa. I'm for being so bold.
We don't have one for Harvard.
Hopkins University.
But I mean,
was I the Ghana's only university cracker?
That's all correct tourism.
The University of Ghana, Legon. Hey, Charlie, who?
I'm just waiting for say a national security report a Whispers Media Network I'm passing a confirming no more a kind but says Sapa dia obi anoding you be a bit me about resisting him
and to pose as a doctor,
a medical doctor.
Obi, I was applying for a rural bank license from the Bank of Ghana. I stated on the personality note form that my father is dead. The national security went to my hometown and wanted to visit my father's tomb to verify the information I had provided. If you don't apply for rural bank license, no. Or can papa ewu. National security for call ni krum.
Yeah.
E call ni papa naso to go and confirm. Stephen Enima Boaje. It's no joke.
Me World Bank project be what you.
Yes.
What at you Sylvia? Ye near you. Yes, sir. What at you? I love you. But you put any good name be so. Yeah, I think that yes, you put any a good name. Oh, normal. But Obia onye. Near Okaso yen dangerous. Yeah, we're clean out. Obi.
Well, the Obi answers from Poto. It's called Johns Hopkins, not John Hopkins.
Yeah.
It is cool Nankasa Johns Hopkins.
A hyphen?
No.
Okay.
In the Godness Arabidia Kone de Oyaband, you're saying John Hopkins very well.
Johns Hopkins, okay.
Yes, that's the official. Beyond revoking that appointment, some heads must roll for due diligence failure. Has any heads rolled yet? Not that we know of. Jibril Agbesi Hamenu mepacho that details the yensa enka.
Monse Ben Doche Malonso address the state will find interest in it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Honestly, I just said the state.
It's a national embarrassment. I mean, it's not something we should just sweep under the carpet. Say no. If there should be criminal prosecution, they should happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take everybody on.
Ultimate dada.
No.
It's not. Say, oh my God, ultimate dada. Yes, sir.
It's not. States didn't take interest. Yeah. I was in my fancy.
Obi me kona. Area friends say. Maybe I see a man for sit down here.
Ramza way.
Ramza side. I wish we be the last
one. Baby, I'm calling here. Dominic, baby, original minister calling here for the tema there.
Nungwa. That's Sakumono. Yeah.
Ramza side Sakumono. That's you will be brave.
Obi, but I pray say we be the last one. Because.
Nothing na baby, could be a man for sit down.
Who say we na
Nepotism, favoritism is what is killing this country. No doubt about it. You know, recently in the news, you hear Agrada and Sami Jemfi. You know, if I were the president, I'll fire Sami Jemfi right away, not even a second. because the evidence is clear. I don't need to go and do any investigation. To serve as a deterrent. Young men and women complete their university education, they did their national services, and even national service, you have to pay to get a good company to work with. If you don't know a politician, you cannot even do your national service. All these things are impeding progress, and because of that, because of nepotism, we always employ square pegs in a round hole. So it's a canker that we need to solve or resolve. So I'm glad you brought it up. And you also question about business and politics. It is not very easy. In business, I would have gone far than where I am today if I'm not a politician. Why? Because I belong to one political party. If there's change of government, they attack your business. The new government attacks your business. Even your own government, friends might look at your face and they don't like it and try to kill your business. But if you're a politician and you are not a businessman, it's different. You don't feel the pain. But if you're a businessman and you are still doing politics, it is not very easy. So to balance it, all you need to do to enable you balance it is honesty. Don't compromise on your integrity. If you compromise on your integrity and do any fishy deals, any change of government, they will come after you and collapse your business. So if you want to do business and at the same time go into politics, you should know what is ahead of you. It's a high stake that you're going to take. Interest rates. First, to reduce interest rate in this country, I have to tell you, I am not scared. I will tell you the truth because I'm a businessman. You don't need the government competing with entrepreneurs or businessmen in terms of borrowing. The government is borrowing from the banks. When we create businesses, the government will get taxes from workers, the businesses, they will pay their annual taxes and everything, the corporate taxes. When the government has enough money, it will bring the rates down because they will not be competing with private sector for loans to do other projects. So creating more employment and flooding the market with goods and services will also bring interest rates down. Today we are talking about dollar. I hear in the news all over. The economists will tell you if they are fair and they are not playing politics with it. It is not a magic from NDC government. It's not a magic from MPP government that is bringing the dollar down. It is Trump and his policies towards the rest of the world's economy that people are not demanding dollars as expected. So the dollars are sitting there. Now they are competing with China. So whatever they are saying, if Trump and the world come together again, you will see that our country did not put or implement any policies that will bring the dollar down. So whatever you are seeing here is temporal. I am telling you, it's temporal. It is not any economic gurus in this country that is causing the cedi to appreciate and the dollar to depreciate. It is the world market that they are not demanding the dollars as much as they used to. That is why there's no competition and supply of dollar is exceeding the demand. As simple as that. These are basic economics principles. So we have to be careful with what they are saying about interest rate and all those things. It's not magic. It is the world economy. that is falling apart, and the demand for the dollar has gone down. Somebody asks about punctuality. Punctuality, I talk about time, because if you become disciplined with your time, it affects everything that you do, even the decision that you take. So if they ask you to come at 7, somebody will tell you, I leave at Okanshi and I'm working at, I have a company called Platinum. We do the plastics. I always take buses to Kaneshi, Ashama, Tema Centra to pick the workers. With all this, some come and they are late, because coming to join the bus is not waiting for one person. So when you are late, it leaves you, and they come back giving excuses that I live at Kaneshi. When you were looking for a job, did you tell your boss that you live at Kaneshi and therefore you be coming to work very late? If you have told your boss that you be coming to work very late, would he have employed you? So that is no excuse. You knew you were staying at Kaneshi and coming to work at free zones. So if you start work at 5, you have to wake up at 3 to get there. No excuse. Because you know, if you wake up at 4, you cannot use 1 hour to get to free zones. So punctuality is very, very important, and it helps in our daily activities. It increases production, and delays will also reduce production. So punctuality. That's the only way we can grow the economy. Industrialization. If I talk about entrepreneurship, what do you mean by industrialization? The businesses that we are creating. Somebody mentioned I have a steel plant worth 100 million. In fact, I don't know how he got it, but 3 days ago, the Indians came and they assessed the factory and they said it's $100 million. And I need $35 million working capital. Now, do you call Agyapong an industrialist or what? So, it's the entrepreneurs who create the industries. So if we are talking about entrepreneurs, they are the same people. When we say industry, we have small scale ones and large scale ones. So at any level, those going into production, they are also part of the industrialization process. So entrepreneurs are leaders of the industries, and therefore don't get it wrong. They are the same. Language. Very interesting point. See, if we were able to use our own language, in Ghana here, they always say, oh, if you can't speak good English, it means you are not intelligent. That is what we call in Latin, fallacy of argumentum ad hominem. Okay? Because I have about 27 Indians at site now. You know, I had always had the impression that India is an English-speaking country and therefore they all speak English. It's not true. I took them to Noble restaurant one day, having lunch with the workers, the Indians. And all of them here are engineers, but they can't speak English. Only few. They use their language. And they are fixing all these machines. Those of us going to Accra, we will pass by the factory for you to see. So, look, I would have been one of the brilliant students if I had used my own language. Because born at Asidompim, na brofuru papa. You know, at the Saudi College, when we speak, they will call me, and the young ones from Radiant Way, Morning Star Association, they all turn their back. The teacher, the master was, yes, the gentleman back there, and they will turn and look at Kwame Agyapong, Anu Blofu Cheme. You know, we struggle to use the white man's language. So I think it's very interesting point that you've raised, and we need to discuss further. Maybe we've gone too far so many years, but it's still worth trying. In our own language, you see many people coming out with flying colors. Real estate and stock exchange. My lady from Nigeria, this side of the world, there are two types of real estate. I have failed in real estate. Why? Because I build or buy and rent. Have so many houses empty, apartments in cantonments here and there, they are all empty. Those who benefit from real estate are the builders, those who build and sell. And you see, like that is not a lucrative business. I'll give you one example. The new factory that I bought that employs 350 people, I did not pay more than $4 million for that factory, and is employing 350 people. I have a house in cantonments that the land alone I paid $2.2 million. So completion, what would be your estimation? So instead of going into real estate, preferably you go into manufacturing, because what I'm earning from the $4 million company, in the next 2 years I'll get my money back. Whereas the properties that I have are sitting there idle, empty. Nobody is buying it. You see so many apartment buildings going for sale, for sale. They are there for sale. These are the contractors who have decided to go into real estate. It's not a bad idea. The mere fact that you've given it a thought shows that you want to be an entrepreneur. So I will encourage you, but be careful which area you enter into. It's very, very important. But I'm not, honestly speaking, I'm not fascinated with it. I give you one. I don't have to tell you, but I don't want you to make mistakes. So I'll share my personal experience with you again. I put 3 million aside, 1 million at a bank for my new house, 1 million to complete my new coastal, and 1 million to do the earthwork, the civil works at the steel plant. Would you believe that the $1 million I put in my house is finished? And when you go there, it's uncompleted. The $1 million I put in the coastal, when you go there and see the level, something that is going to bring me money, when you see what $1 million has done with the new coastal, 31,000 tons, you have no idea. $1 million in the steel plant, when you go there and you see the earthworks that they've done. And meanwhile, the house, $1 million is like you have a sieve. Now you're dropping the water in there. It goes just like that. So you have to be careful with real estate. That is all I can tell you. It's good. It means you want to be self-independent. You want to do your business. It's good. But you have to be careful. I'm not saying I'm writing it off completely, no. But try other manufacturing areas and you see what will happen. And stock exchange. With what I'm doing with industries, I call it lazy approach. You know, one of my daughters work at the Google, started buying stocks. One day, said, "Daddy, let me show you. I made $432,000. No, she's just about 24. I think this February she was 26. $432,000. Just about 2 months ago, the 432, because of the volatility of the stock exchange, the money dropped to about 200,000. But if you put it in a business where you have time to manage it yourself, you will see the outcome. They are in America and they don't know this kind of manufacturing and how they are going into it, and therefore they're going into stocks. It's good, but I call it lazy approach, because you can spend about $300,000 and have this water manufacturing company, and in the next 1 year you will get your $300,000 back. So stock exchange and real estate, if you are into business this side of the world, you see that stock exchange and real estate, they don't bring money. I'll give you a typical example again. Donald Trump, when we were in America with Trump Palace and all those, then we have Hemsley Palace, all those. Now the tech guys have taken over. The tech guys, technology guys, they've taken over. So you should watch the trend, how it's going before you invest.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na ekase adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankangana for am obrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya tilers anasa building constructors, fashion designers, chese auto mechanic bia o pese wo di say
the contractors who have decided to go into real estate. It's not a bad idea. The mere fact that you've given it a thought shows that you want to be an entrepreneur. So I will encourage you, but be careful which area you enter into. It's very, very important. But I'm not, honestly speaking, I'm not fascinated with it. I give you one. I don't have to tell you, but I don't want you to make mistakes. So I'll share my personal experience with you again. I put 3 million aside, 1 million at a bank for my new house, 1 million to complete my new coastal.
Chieftaincy and religious affairs, now go to correct. Mustafa Tower, now go to correct. Ama Bazaka Kashari, Maslock in Nabo. No, Musaba the Suna Maslock in there. Zan Yanka Mangana Nabuntu, Sabada Ia Mata, Sukejira Maza Sufara Soya Naman. Don't ni wazanzo gira yukuduka nzo chinama nago de kore. His Eminence the National Chief Imam of Ghana, Sheikh Dr. Osman Nuhu Sharubutu, and my father, Ministers of State present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, senior government officials, Council of Zongo Chiefs, doesn't take Council of Gonja Chiefs for like Bagonja Day. Council of Zongo Chiefs, Chairman and members of the Eid Planning Committee, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Barka muda sallah. Allah kabiru kumu. To the National Chief Imam, the Al-Sunnah Imam, the Shia and Ahmadiyya Imams, our traditional leaders, Zongo Chiefs, Muslim elders, youth and women, and indeed to every Ghanaian Muslim across the country and in the diaspora, I greet you with the peace, blessings and goodwill on this sacred occasion of Eid al-Adha. Today we gather in joy and solemn reflection to celebrate one of the most important festivals in Islam, which is the Feast of the Sacrifice. Eid al-Adha commemorates the unwavering faith and obedience of the Prophet Ibrahim, in Christianity called Abraham, peace be upon him, who was willing to sacrifice his beloved son to fulfill Allah's command. His readiness to submit entirely to the will of Allah is a lesson for all humanity. And it is a reminder that true faith demands not only belief, but sacrifice, trust, and action. Yesterday, Thursday, marked the day of Arafat, the pinnacle of the Hajj pilgrimage. It is the most sacred day in Islam, on which pilgrims pray at the plain of Arafat, seeking forgiveness and mercy from Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said there is no day on which Allah frees more people from the fire than on the day of Arafat. We thank Allah for granting safe travel to all Ghanaian pilgrims this year, and we pray that their Hajj will be accepted and their prayers will be fulfilled. Eid al-Adha is not only about the physical act of sacrifice, it is also about compassion, sharing, and community. Those who have had the means to sacrifice an animal must remember that the meat must be divided. One portion goes to your family, one portion goes to your friend and neighbors, and one portion goes to the poor. This is the spirit of Islam: generosity, social responsibility, and love for one another. Let this celebration be an opportunity to reach out to those in need, not just with food, but with kindness, support, and presence of mind. Ghana is at its best when we care for each other across faiths and backgrounds in the spirit of national unity and brotherhood. On the matter of Hajj, I am deeply aware of the financial burden it has placed on many Muslim families. This year, despite efforts, the costs remain high, even though we cut it. But I want to assure you that we're working closely with the relevant agencies and our Saudi counterparts. And if Allah accepts our supplications and the CD continues to show the recent strength that it has shown, I'm optimistic that next year we'll see a very significant drop in the Hajj fare. Indeed, if the Muslims who went this year were going at this time, the Hajj fare will be something like 45,000 cedis. Additionally, in response to the long-standing appeals from the Muslim community, I wish to announce that we have prepared a bill to designate the additional holiday of Eid al-Fitr as a public holiday, and this will soon be presented to Parliament. It means that it will be a law, it will no longer be by executive instrument. This move recognizes the profound spiritual importance of the festival of Eid al-Fitr in Muslim life. As part of our manifesto commitments, I have directed the Minister of Education to begin engagement with the Islamic Education Unit to strengthen its operations and expand the recruitment and training of qualified Arabic instructors across the country. We aim to ensure that Arabic education is the scholarship secretariat, with developing a dedicated support program for Muslim students who wish to pursue advanced studies in key disciplines such as medicine, law, ICT, engineering, and social sciences. This is part of our broader equity agenda to empower all segments of our society to contribute meaningfully to national development. Your Eminence, the National Chief Imam, my brothers and sisters, a while ago I set up a committee to begin the planning of the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. It was a multi-religious committee made up of Muslims and Christians. I'm happy to report that their work is advancing well, and on 1st July this year, which is the day our republic was born, both Muslim and Christian prayers will be said to Allah to thank Him for the favor that He continues to show our dear nation Ghana. Allah says that if He bestows His blessing on us and we thank Him, He will bestow even more blessings on us. And I'm sure that after 1st July, when we have thanked Him, the economy will be even better, the city will be even stronger, and life will be even better for Ghanaians. Let me also take this opportunity to speak briefly about our economy. I know that many families have been struggling. Prices were high, jobs were scarce, and hope was dimmed. But I want you to know that we're working with focus and urgency to turn things around. Our economic reset agenda is anchored on stabilizing the city, cutting wasteful expenditures, creating jobs, and supporting local industries. I'm happy to report that inflation is slowly declining, the city is gaining relative stability, and we're taking concrete steps to restore investor confidence and bring lasting relief to Ghanaian households from the hardship. But we cannot build this economy without you, especially without our vibrant Zongo youth. Our youth in the Zongo and inner cities, I urge you to take advantage of government's new initiatives, especially the National Apprenticeship Program, so that you can develop skills for the world of work. I urge you to take the advantage of the Jumawura program, which enables you to start your own business with capital and mentorship. We also will be rolling out many programs under the youth employment agencies. These programs are designed to equip our youth with skills for life, not just for jobs, but to be independent and to have leadership and dignity. We will ensure that Zongo communities are no longer neglected. Under our new Zongo development framework, we will focus on infrastructure, sanitation, health, sports, and vocational training. Because I believe that every Ghanaian child deserves a fair shot at success, no matter where they are born, whether in Nima or airport residential area. As we mark this holy day, let us recommit to the values that bind us as one people: faith, sacrifice, love, and unity. Let us remember the poor, the orphans, the widow, the sick, the elderly. Let us pray for peace in Boko. Let us pray for peace in Gaza. Let us pray for peace in Sudan. And wherever conflict is raging, like Ukraine and Russia, let us work together in hope and never forget that Ghana belongs to all of us and not just a few. On this occasion, I extend my warmest Eid greetings to His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, to His Eminence, the Imam of Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the Shia and Ahmadiyya communities, our distinguished Imams, Zongo chiefs and community leaders, our Muslim brothers and sisters across the country. May Allah accept our sacrifices, bless our nation, forgive our shortcomings, and elevate us all. Eid Mubarak, Baraka de Sallah, Ale Karbiru Komu, Nagodi. Toya iya na mata ku imaza ku kukejira yankuri. Nase ke kukute.
At-Takbir, At-Takbir, At-Takbir. Alhamdulillah. Nashi President suna gaisawa da malam, suna gaisawa. Now, we also in terms of climate change and sustainability.
Oh, Mr. Me the shovel na koye. Enti meba. Me pesa me chiro. Pesa me chiro ade. Me pesa me chiro. We 27 February.
Okay.
27 February. Meboa.
2013.
2027. It's free 25 from nearby. Nearby. Meboa. And say 1.7 million US dollars.
Wow. 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 And you better.
That you go so. Where that be January 31st.
31st.
What you say? January, because we be free January. And what about February? Until January 31st, no, mean 1.5 million US dollars.
1.5
million
dollars.
US dollars.
Simple. yes obi betra America ho some years
America bay America bay
yeah on fan free so am wa
what you say what you we say February 6 say 31st and the about 6 I know you say
one say
one me fan say 1.1 nearly 1.1
yeah
what is $1 million
wow
o cameraman no kra na etis I ding fifrete no what you say
aggressive
I don't know what you say
aggressive as a Moscow can time and hey daddy never to
utie
you betwa sini adwuma ba say you kra na say
sini
you say you betwa
sini
enkoba
ade asem na wokai
enkoba bia
ade asem na wokai
enkoba bia
ade asem na wokai ati wohwe we so a
wow
what I say eno so a kire wo
wow ni na amount sika day
aye a day a kire day no the date no e the amount enti bia wo the amount ya bia no copy mmc na kokko check and I will prove to you say me chichemu ye say every day bia I will make $1 million what I say enti no anya sir aye we on self on say 31st na buy afina 2nd January na ba
yeah
on say afina 2nd January na ba I know you say 800 nearly 900
wow
enti say pese yakomu a yebekọ saa bo wahu what I say am wahu 1.1 what I say
yes
yebekọ maybe saa bo wahu on say we na afina yes January there what I say
saa de
ko akokopim say omugu madwuma
wow I say chama yegu adwuma de na say nyame amama nka betimi awu kwaku nyame ampata wo betimi awu we kura pipa we kura betimi akun
kwaku
na say nyame amamu a tama wadwuma no gu ya wunim say de bia no over billions and e to account ma sa billions ne stop no
kwaku
on hwe beka se wa wie ya no
kwaku ai me nua ketwa baako a na your friend Ghana be
okay
or coming ho pa but ya no mo fa 2 years you say obonso oyusu hammer ben 1
okay
oyusu ben 1 oyusu cars bebre yes sam time no ye na me wo cars bebre me car bi e beba so bia me tobi
na papa sika ben na wontimi mfa
cars bi e ba so bia no cars bi e ba so bia no what you say
because one day sika timi to car ba TSA at least TSA
Anna na ade a esi yere se kwaku abra mo ye yi no na me da hotel bi wo nya mama ni jipa na se menya ba bi ho ye din na me nko a me hye ho nti ya na me pe hotel pa eti hotel bi no ho a me na mu da
wow
the whole world my hotel bi no ho a me boarding
awso na
bi mu da because me no sa na me nyo bi a wo hu me ba bi bebre
yes
nti se me timi ye din sa na me dwen a me dwen a na me manage
tunya ba bi kochokwa na wo dwene sika ho
na me dwen sa na me solve problem a na ma sorry ye na me nante se ya ti na me bo la meta hotel sa bre na fi na no ma si no fufuro
jane na so
yeah I don't cry I can't Ghana hotel.
Hotel
bia no board
bia no what them. Okay.
Hotel bia.
That's one.
Board team bia.
What did now say there be?
What did they
enjoy actually said the hotel bia no. Said they live in it here. Sika ho. Sika ni ba nso na pa wo so out me say mugo. Daddy. Mark. Yeni ba. because a com
Yes, oh, Obehodebu, was a brofo room who said, oh, ya Korana, oh, ya black side.
No name. Wow. What was doing? Oh, your man, your bar. What about you about 2 weeks? I'll bet them one. You be such a Juma Ben away.
Oh, that's it. Them, of course. Because me, dear. It may me solve a problem.
Yes.
Te ho na me da ho pa na egumi numa e pa.
Kai.
Kwaku me say omo frɛ me omo na me kasare ye no. Say me si from na me wura fi because na me shaba from na me peke from.
No.
Aye ye no. Say me si from ye say me shata de me wura fi say me hwehwe.
Ko no na do adwene no eni danim.
Kwaku besi ba bia wa japade wo.
Ho no akoma wo.
Ho no akoma wo.
Chairman, yes, machine. No, Chairman, but has a more Nipana or report case in my case near who
and Ghana. That be a who cry about TV, a Bible where ye
TV,
because police for now or more ye be a woman more. What I say? Me or move video the man me direct.
Wow. Come on.
Ghana, killing me say no, see that the men pray.
Kai,
that the men pray no.
On her 14 cry. Obia would do who say Cordia who dear.
Sana. But they ban who show me say, I done me swing. I done another cabre, a year and a pen at the cabre frame. Not the cabre no, I don't radio, no, I don't FM. I make Cassa soon and me swing.
Wow.
Kwaku say, I dare so Kwakofa, I need be no asha.
Wow.
Done me swing, I'm a refu, yeah.
Wow. Be a milk to me, Cyber Baffomana.
But Kwaku, I did be a BCB as auto boasia. Ketu at the Ketu be or Ubetima sum, no Yakopon, as I do. And I can say, sir, to my own. Say Job, make an awesome. Oh, Job chapter 1. Sa de koye ne hu se Job benye sikani ohwe ase ne ade ye bo ne ne maso ne ade ye and me so me history ni.
Okay. Me pia we do true.
Me se gidie nti. Ma wie ye be ye kese ase ahase no.
Nice one. Nice one. Nice one.
Kwaku TV station ne radio station ya o ka ho asem nyina no. Beje no 2010 to 2012.
Yeah. That's no?
Yes, me the whole Ghana. Time I be here, say me baba you know. Me see mo you know. Na me ade pa ye me fene say. I was say betimi nya station bia e betimi compete BBC, CNN ni Al Jazeera.
Okay.
Now there ye me fepa no. And now I have what it takes.
Because a deal cross is here kuta multimedia na say aka ho dia. Ade be worse.
Yes. Ade na ye me fepa na say e betimi nya Ghana a year mrofo no so e be hwe se de esi kwa ade na ye me fepa ye no. Na eso so nya de me pe no.
Na de ade pe. De wo twena no nim de na e wo wanim. Kwa nwena ndru ho. Ehu.
Na ene
sa kwa ba wo bebie sia no radio TV say nya edem
say dem
and say I know I need say radio ne say
I 101.3
ono ne ye adwuma
sisia me no ka say ene ya wo ne me ka say ene ya na ene ya no mo de omo babo test.
Wow. 101.3 wow.
Ana TV no so be hunu moti TV
chama Wontumi chama ai
Wontumi TV ana Wontumi radio Wontumi TV. Wow. Enti online nyina so be ba Wontumi online.
Wow.
Nyina woko so a wobenya so say as o maka chem so mu yi Ghanaian films no ne ade because me pese Ghanaian film no
so
yetimi building no bringing it back enti ade a me no mo ba be hia ne aye ade a be ma na yesre.
Okay, nice one.
Sre a be ma manfo nyina no ehunu say because kunkumba de na manfo agia manfo
yes serious ba
what does agia manfo enti wo say ye bibia
yes
be ma manfo ehunu say da bia wo say hwe ye aye de
kosika wo ho ne ye de a ombehwe na sia no producers bebre na ye mre
ye ebeba ye de nyansa ninim de
ye chama wo base a Now but why be my year? Here the energy na ye adwuma. We quite serious every day.
Kwaku me se beba. Kwaku ye nya be TV na wie. Ana ye be radio no. On say the TV, on say wo ba. On say on ayi posters ne soundboard ahodo a media sisi.
Yeah.
Babi obeduru bia no bon so Wontumi TV, Wontumi radio ye. Because me pese anya we nya trial lock.
Okay.
What I say? I tested already.
Okay.
Until a person one you will move straight forward.
Nice one.
What I say until the baby I will be fabia, Ruben say, the soundboard that would draw no, yet dear Gugu, who peer now, you see. But be out fabia, or do a Santa Regina, Sukumasibia, you, Ubehu, and teach traveling in another chair and what dear TV station in the radio station. Wow. What I say, I be a person.
Okay.
What I say. Enti no kwaku ya bre kwaku ya bre ya kamera ba be sisi obi a no se Nyankopon timi ya ma Wontumi a me hu ade kronti a Nyankopon timi nya ma kwaku man Wontumi nya ma Agyapong Wontumi nya ma obi a because me kura de na me ni talent bia what I say na be fra brochira ba no ma ba dwen ho sa bi se
me no ni talent ba na wo body.
Oh, na me wo body.
Yes, the body to charge.
Na me wo body, but body no. Oh, so we your body.
Yes, sasa body no.
Body no wa ade be ye yes one hwe do ka koye langard.
Ano so so dey.
Ano no pesika da bi pesika no ho no ye adwuma ho a pesi etua wo ka wo ha. But pese unya sika anya sa na tie. I was so fa process. I was so only system no. Ano ye chire no school.
Enim die.
Yenchen was school.
Yan fam free so amfa ma wa ebeyete.
But I was so wutu anamo ansa. Ansa now. Amanfo bebra akwa sorry yakobom paye won sorry ahodo enyina o. But because omuntu sa anamo no no mo twen bi because enti no maka. Enti bi kura wu abra ambam. But ya hye wo ho nko.
Ge bi abra ba wo so oprobi otikem. Na da wo nam kwan ho a wo ko supermarket bi wo hia ga bi na ga ne friend wo hwe ne so hwe ne fom. Before that so no dikan ho ka bi akanfo. Send a boy any moment now, or share no head of them. Or share car, dear. This is my dream car. But we'll see a person now, or benam so many dream car, and abem or an appearance. So, Suffolk of Yampon said, oh boy, and the number mentioned. Why, Miss Rowe? Papa, I'm in channel for a few years so. Suffolk Penny, I own yacha my own to me name, but chow. Now, make chiano dear. Now, was a chair, mean you and become home. Okay. To say, Prophet 1. Prophet 1 Onyame Wontumi o. Ebenezer. Ziadon.
Minuano.
Nice one.
Minuano no machiano.
Nice one. Also say Mama Rebecca so ko ho.
Me de no ko.
Hey papa, are you serious o?
Na wo say me chia sofo antwi. Sofo antwi so wo say me chia no.
Okay.
Na me wo sofo panyi ebi so e wo ho. Gidi kokko.
Okay.
Almost sorry the whole world.
Wow.
Almost for panini nyina no ha no mo.
Ona wo kwa so ni bi na akobọ dwaman a ndi tisi so
so acham.
Okay.
So acham.
So sorry no ade ba ko ma manage ho no.
So acham. Omo yesun sorry ba o ma bra bo fe.
Sao.
Ama kofi kwaku. Sa wo men wo mo a.
So wakotwe plan na dwono na ade chinsan de wo ba so wabodan wo be de wo kwaku ma be 50 am wo sense next time wo atu point na fie 1 month kwaku
wa bra bo fe
o dia so dem ne bo ma
kwaku wa bra bo fe.
Nice one.
So wo so cha bom pa ya ma wa wanyu obi abom pa ya ma.
Nice one.
Teme me sofo bia ya sofo. What you say Victor Kusi Boatem. What you say ti say me bo sofo. What you say na ma bo ti di fufuo. What you say o ma bra bo fe.
Okay.
Ma bra bo fe.
Nice one.
What you say nti no menye obi a me de omo di agro nti kwaku bodin nti na ma me yes ma me nchia ma me so me nchia wo mo na wo mo so huru se
ese ba bia nyame de wadru nyina no nyame da wakoma so
kwaku de asem na okay
because minimum obi offer for me na minimum de onya visa kwa abrochi no se nyame no true cause wo abrochi
kwaku we and number wu a we de be come ho na wo ka Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 8 na wode kwa wasi na nipa biye no hwa mframa wo no mu a what you say obetima see mframa no ai obeye so wu a what you say so wu a what you say na so ka azaya no a what you say o say onipa biye no hwa wo so tumi atwa se nipa biye wu prekope
okay owo na chi
what you say temu wu ade na ade kontimi me de me kaase ne me fie ane baba ya yire me bako me de bako
Debbie
me de bako
Bachama we ade o quotations ho ye wasofo bu okromi ama mo quotation ka omo quote bi abehwe no timi ka se bia Genesis Genesis ka hwen ka bia nka mele koto ntos but wo ba kohwem no na Peter kra na ebudua se timi se gabo ne mu wa ba wa ke ko quote wi esembe kra
ebe me besa
o se bia quote ye no Genesis ho no mele kwa koto mole o abeka ko kwa bia mane ba wo behwem no ne Peter ɛhɔ asɛm ne Peter wo ko budua de abodua adanso emu wa mɔle ne dua o nwura mu wesu ofi
Martha ne Mary o na ya dua ne de ma
Yesu
no ka Lazarus ho asɛm ayi no kre ntino kwaku ade bi a wo bia no se nyansa ne mfiti ase ne nyamesoro nti ade bi a ye bia no ye de asom Nyankopɔn na obia wo kwan a ofa so de sum ne Nyankopɔn mimi nkasenti obia Nyankopɔn obidwin say e Buddha obidwin say maame wata what I say obi adwin Muhammad
obi
Prophet Muhammad what I say obi adwin say Yesu mimi de Yesu mimi de ne de Yesu but men
condemn obiti
tapi
cause we run across a yinjai ne mum ne nyini mia na nim kwa mefa so a na yimidi ana obu om kro be hu ne se bebia wonam no we di boye ni to the stance but na kuma ye grade dia because no be nim se Paul ana so ba be Paul wonam se di boye ni kum Nyankopɔn kofon so no nyame dia
na so wa hwe ne ye kura duru ba bia obetima jaju obi wo hwe abra obi anu abokro no obi onu abokro no na obi a omo okro no obi a wabokro no na yakwakobo na senduam na Yesu so mo okro no yakobo na senduam na baako ye wudini baako se Yesu so so ye Yesu pa aje wo home ehwe what you say oboni din wo Hebrew kasa because Yesu e Hebrew ni Hebrew Yesu de din ye Yashak Mishak Mishak onse oman bia wo kwan a mo fa so de kasa pronounce so bibi enti ye free bibi aleph o mo kasa no tonation no eye sana Jew for no kasa o mo kasa sana o mo kasa what you say aha sa America for no ne Britain for mo kasa o mo kasa aye you know what you say aha anona o sa ma wo twetwe sa komo ne bi ba o mo de o mo minimu no na kasa what you say for ne Yashak Mishak what you say no bodin so so ya ipa wo yo Nyankopɔn ba je ho na je o mai wo so
ayempo atwa no wo twa Yesu
what you say obi se mi de minim se wo yo Nyankopɔn ba minim se wo nya hwe na wo kwa ka mi but ebia no akokum obi o ti nipa na okun no so na wo ye bone na okun wa wo ho na ko ya yi o
so nim se wo twa ne bonsam je mu
so nim se wo twa
won so wo twa wa transfer
within the shortest time no ya yi na no okay wo say yes me so say wo ba be come ho wo paradise na paradise
kon protocol no so
enti so wan hwe ni ya wonne wo yire na wo fie wo no kunu na wo fie bibia wo kunu na so akwakoye ba de ketewa bi no na ma buafu saa ebi kura ba me no no but na wo bi
wase kukuom se de Peter koye bi no se wrade hu me mobo fa cheme so no mo mo gina oni de omunim se waye bone but no de o se kukuom sere ti hu pa
Peter de no kra de abono kokko odome was already they will have me there 7 now keke well them say me do me no aka me bia me yi na ma jame na mo ho cha me yire na me ma ho ne ma yi na be de wa cha fe na
secha ma to go di na hwe anaasɛ wɔyɛ adwuma no ahwɛ amount wɔnya ne day wɔgya saa day wɔ sika hɔ
abɛbɛdi MPP
abɛdi MPP akyi.
I love MPP. Me do MPP.
Yes.
What I say? Enti no kwaku yɛka ama no nyinaa no aba bɛsi sɛ yɛka ama no aba bɛsi sɛ adeɛ biara obiara no ɔyɛ ɛne adeɛ biara no nipa ɛhwɛ wo ne Nyankopɔn so ɛhwɛ wo. Okay. Nipa ɛhwɛ ɛwɔ nipa fa mu ɛna Nyankopɔn so ɛhwɛ ɛwɔ honam fa ɛwɔ nipa nyawe. Enti na sɛ woyɛ na sɛ wonni Nyankopɔn ka wo ho na hefa na wokɔ bi. Enti me deɛ me believe sɛ ɔwɔ sɛ medi Yesu akyi. Kwaku ɛno ara na madi akyi daa me na bɛbɛpem bi a waduri. Enti kwaku me deɛ me mpɛ hwee. Na me nka nkyerɛ obi sɛ wɔn nso so ɛnsesɛm firi ne deɛ wɔ hɔ. Ana me nso me mmɛka wo deɛ ho. What I say? Sabi wo ye Freemason me mma hɔ. Hɔ yɛ wasem. Hɔ yɛ wo wo. So hwɛ ne sɛ hɔ ne nyɛ da. Bra Yesu yɛ bɛgye. Me deɛ no. Me deɛ no. Ana me. Udu lem. Me di me lem. Udu lem. Me di me lem. Kwaku me nkroso. Dabi. Kwaku me nkroso. Ɛnu de ho hia pa. Kwaku me nkroso. Nti de obiara deɛ bia wo yɛ bia no. Onye. But me deɛ. Me tu anamo a deɛ me ne kasa a ɔboa me no. Ɛne Kristo. Ɛne Kristo Yesu Kristo. Nice one. Hebrew me ka no Yashach Mishach. Aya modern Hebrew kra de bi from Joshua. Okay, Joshua. Okay. But Hebrew no ye Joshua. Okay. What you say? Yeah. But Joshua no aya you know. So we can ask no a ɔkyerɛ Acts 4:12 no ne ade wo de kɔ no ye na ɔkyerɛ sɛ edin bi ani asase so a na sɛ soro a ebetima so sen we. Enti Joshua so no you be odi Mose akyi. Oh, okay. What I say? Okay. And it's all for be a friend Hebrew strong concordance. What I say? 1008. Aya yine pa Hebrew for no. Aya yine omo I had to say strong concordance and I had to say dictionary. Who be a yipa or bachelor say Yashak no is save from sin. Okay. What I say? Okay. And Joshua also he cried to save. I just say, cry to save and say you get power from somebody before you can save. Okay. And to Joshua, yeah, one day be brave. Okay. But don't do it me. Free granting. And why? But yes, you dear. Or Casa Street. Because one on Casa de Jana Casa. But as intermediate, this is what I believe. Nice. But will be awesome, be nice one. Say, aggressive interview, and I would say, ye cry. But my last question be maybe say, we cry, and then we cry. And then my budget chama tampa ye bahabe say something. But a bread was small mining tea. And when your time ama yensu mu say betim na bedin komo. Na ohwa ye din komo wo politics ni mu a ye de be si abegura ne life. So won hwe ya anaso wahwa ye de egura life ni bebi o costati bebi wo bre ne ade na esade aba ye be wi kura. But the enti ye be wi kura me ka say more last question say wo de wonim say chama wontimi aye politics na de nim chama wontimi. Yes. Tesi yetimi say ko wi wo politics. Papa sisi akumase de headquarters ane MPP PP for headquarters aye Kumasi Asante region ahona party no mukoko fuo mu gold wo mu DBO aha ne wo Kumasi for me giri say de ekoso bia no mate complain koso efa one ye kwan Kumasi for kasa wo ye kwan menim kete an so me yeso mbo move akọ so menim say
party mu emra na ye hihye say ana wo party no mra mu say memma pani bia so ye MP so ye national officer enji wonni mu nko support ni pa ba ko wa bra party ne ko primaries omo de ye adwuma omo nyina sam ho lie ba ko e ko di candidate ba ko achi enu ho asotwe na ye nyina ye nya ye di tifie ne no enu ho asotwe na ye nyina ye nya ye di tifie ne no eti fe ye kasa tia de yoko ye se enye no ye hu se ye mfa bi nkodi ye hu bio MPP party no ye mamra nya adwuma party ni mra ye hwɛ so se ye de be ye adwuma kama Wontumi ye na asema to ni ye bosi ye nyina ye di akire Yesu ma me then o tra Asante region ye then o tra Asante region ye wa bra na party na hyemra no regional chairman also first party number bia be adwuma then oye eti say try party no na ya se mam ra nya adwuma na ya de yaw be din profo bi ama profo to extent say Agyapong empo twen no ho efi contest no no next I would say bi nkoye then a party need to be kai yanti anya ho he say ne but so be the idea ye babesu ye so atre Ghana for say ye niam ya nka je ba bi ejina ni
baza we de emfa chama Wontumi ade de emfa party internal fashions ni ade
Kwame the me can say ye de ya abontinsu ni a enye de emfa nye fie ni ena de wa enye ode ni emfa nye yonko sendi me fa ni say ode me fa ni say enya aban po me fa ni say NDC na de yen Yoko ena de yen remona tale de yen ye se enye ye de boa na yan ye party mu de ye ho aye yan ye party mu ye de ye ho aye Kwame se ka pipi dimbra ye adwuma enka nya ba de ejina ni se dimbra ye adwuma ena ye promise ye ko ye mamu da ho afrance duna no mo ko no ye ma bibia mu ye finchin ena ye ko ye ena jakulusu ye adeni mo lusu ye Agyapong lusu ye Canada Agyapong lusu ya nka sen ka mu beba nipa 17 anyina nipa 17 ginai it's a process no ebuda o de wie nipa 17 obi ante no ho eti ma party ni nya hodin e ma ye for election ye kunya 49.15%. First round by winning 208 first round 9 people winning because yeah kono at that time kwanu ye mu no ni efu se wantwi bi wom but empia bontia ma obi ankote no ho enti party ni nya hodin de for elections no edu be bia na ye du baby you do 49.15% no enti say yes ye the NDC the na nya ye be fie next time ye mfa metua nyansa na me no ka say General Secretary party no data e wo ho no o si obesesa ni nyina no aye no foforo o sesa ni nyina o aye no foforo obi e ka o si wontie data no a edi no aba na be General Secretary le no ono de na penso no ofi say nyansa nim nti obesesa no ye we membership wo hodada asa nne no ofi say wo betwa so a wo be ye bi di atwa so say electoral commission sin ne o sesa ni data nyina na afi o tia be start bibia fofra MPP fo e be kasetia eti ye General Secretary on fa dia to me any de remona ta ya ye ni hu a onu General Secretary na ni hu no on fa ntutu hu se man se bi medi party fo onyina ni tumi so en fa dia enye mbra e medi party fo MPP ye we membership drive ye we ye album a ye de to aba so fi so obi bi atwa so a o metwa so your friend says John Bodu ti hono wan sa bombi a wan sa party friend say your membership no e no di lusu abano e kono de no free say M1 a nkon ka so sesa bibia eti den no wa hu a o see your membership drive no all be sesa na fe ni asia be sha ase baako na te se boni bia be nipa bitrim boni bi abani pa bitrim enti ko bia onye de niam yie
ada na wunyi ntum se ba jalo me ba ekege wunyi ntum se party no akọ ntwinu no ntwia so akọ se problem no say na party maneka it based on the Professor Michael Quay's recommendation no and be on be gina so to anamo bi ana na akodua na asekodua na ebesesa no
Debbie. Asuma ye kan. Enye national executive decision o. Enye next decision. And I can say it's because of Makukwe report until ye. E your no ankasa ni team a was select ni adwen o ma fa so mo de be ye. Even national chairman ponya we. Eti ye boni na ba branti ni team. Madame da me ka se no ne se. O sa na Yakubu ahye na ni monyam. Ni age de be ye General Secretary no. Eye nyankopon na piga na duru ho oma na nim nte say a tea Wontumi the bia not ho the bia not ho Demum the idea Wontumi a enya le denti a de bia wo no on so bi me party for so ye general secretary party na ma wakwenya bia say run the party na maye but won fa wo pe e me ka say de wo e be boa wo be kwa elections
Kege
wo ye de be boa
Kege
amen.
So on this question, what do you enter into some medemepe ebeye A, B or C? Until you okay. Edina o free.
Amen.
Meet you.
So unim say the party ni pa.
Minim.
Aha.
Me beza me say.
Minim. Let's minim the America.
Ah, but tobo. Me beza me gina atisem bia say me ha. KK matesi ese KK be yesi. Onye press conference bi an kan say me general secretary me change party album. Enti asamwa emede adwa officially no. Ukotie baabi e de be ya asam kan eto no so ye den.
Amen. Ede mamen kan say. Die mate no. Die mimi nim no. Die yahu no. O mane nya no kre. Mamen kan say amount. Because of fofidia ye kasa sunti. Ene watiefo na eni dia ye de moment no. Mayen kan say said ye yate no. O ma enya no kre. Bakwabe. Obi ko kan bi pa empuatwa ewom no. Metima send messages amount. Obi kan bi fasa asem ho a.
Eno message ya wasandi ama me whether from this platform near the ade ni nyina no still remains say a allegation want to
say allegation no magiatumo but allegation no onhwe no amana anya no kure
wo party na dincho mami musa say party na dincho a mu nyina mo hwe kwan a mo befa so na mo shape party no. Another question is say wan kasa wadimpo e won sesan ya e se ba mama mra constitution mu ene keka ho ye den
kwame me da se pa question ya obusa me gusu a me drafting memo de akoma ya friend say committee na e hwe ne aye reform to your constitution mu no e kwame so obusa me de ama me fa ofi the cases because we can okay fema e ko ba bia I think say committee review members on better. Kwame Agyapong kwame person MPP for ye ne say. Yang fam say your constitution no. Said the Jombo do nim diem. One in penny for can say. So we DC and MC ya. Now we are being bisa over contesting next primaries for MPship now. For opposition it will resign no. Sana and MPP for yen say because honey the ama wa how by a party mu pa a presidential primary tie for ye the MPP for yen say so we are sitting vice president come me so so we are sitting vice president now only president na for 2 terms na ye be endia ye kwa internal primaries no for flag bearership men contest bi lemom
me ba eno reasons anything
amen me reason ne say nka mama no si ya me mama me reason no
mama na we no mama reasons
aha it is we the president no mocha 8 years awi na ye kwa primaries no a e was say o tranchen Nemom say a coffee, and I say, sorry, in the Biompo. Now you could be 4 years, Ufia, and with the Uber to me as Yabium. Say a second term, and I a first term, the president no contest, yeah, and also running mate, and a vice president, also be to contest because that time the president also contested. But if me, and you know, 8 years, no, we know coffee, yeah. I was said, only the cook. Now you cook what 4 years after 4 years, move it to us and another contest.
We are our own enemies. And she any politics no doso. Yes, we are all enemies, and I will say it. And say it as it is a little chip for they say we are asema make 20 the mekan. We are all enemies. We are all enemies. Anyway, so many ways. So many ways. So many ways. And we need to be very careful and trade cautiously. As a party, we must come together. Say come together. Now as a party, no more being China journey. Yes, democracy is about can be. Na mean can be. What do I say? Now be China journey. You want to suppress the person.
Some man suppress you. Disciplinary committee for free or no?
Asama make canon here. And let's leave that for another day. Let's leave that for another day. You saw the press release, so let's leave that for another day. They say suppress or whatever. Let's leave that for another day. Next question. They say let's leave that out for another day. Let's talk about something.
I also want to know
about what.
Me person who said Diana ya dey suppress. I mean because me say MPP.
After this interview, have you seen the vilification by certain botched individuals in the media circles that almost attacking me personally? Haven't you seen some? Haven't you seen the vilification of certain botched individuals on social media? You tell me answer attacking Ubi. Now me
social media.
Yes, I listen. It's not the first time I have seen this. It's not the first time I've seen this, and I'm not somebody you can just sway on the ground and say Ubeka bibi na me. And I ashame and me free radio. So as I started me no interview radio for about 2 weeks. Mate. You know, the own way what you say can't me on. I don't care because you can want to know what I'm saying is the right thing. I don't care.
You are still part of the MPP.
Of course.
Until then, also say party no ebeye at 2028. We bet me winning back power.
The party bet my and say you be organize your own ye. You pick the right candidate that the Ghanaian people want. Omo tie wo form, omo kan wo form, omo see em form mra me bebo wa mane say omo see em find honorable candidate Agyapong mra. Ye de ne ba Ghana for beto aba ma ye.
Sana Ghana for.
Yes, and I still stand by it. So omo see em for honorable candidate Agyapong akompreko mra. Ye de ne ba omo beto aba. And no na me ozu be pa me be ka kire wo say Ghana ni bi o tie mi bia no. Almost say one. Almost pay. Say business as usual in Ghanaian politics again. Business as usual. They don't want a leader like that again. Because the business as usual. Leader we are better. You couldn't pen. Oh no, I can't. A massage. You know, I can't say to please the people. No. We are every great leader be our passing through the annals of world politics. They have a different way of doing things. And that's why Ghanaians don't understand Kennedy Agyapong. When I see him, I see a great leader in him. Because all the attributes of great leader, I can tell you here, they are all here. Make Mama bear 5 or 6. You can see it in Kennedy Agyapong. Every great leader walk the talk. Okay, say let me say my head from maybe do a that way you see and before putting in see no sin for. He walk the talk. Kennedy Agyapong is another. Me boy. Every great leader is prepared to take the necessary risk. Damn the consequence. Only the only person to me tackle on one political party when they are going wrong. Is it not a necessary risk? How many leaders in MPP can do that? Every great leader has integrity. Corrupt. And you can tell everybody on your corrupt. He is not corrupt. You cannot corrupt him. He is not corruptible. Since when? And who? But he has empathy. Empathy. Great leader be our empathy. Over whom nipa. O shenanun kura no de mau. Tina da emotions. Because obi o emotion bia no wo ehumobro owo do ana dia ma Kennedy Agyapong kra me hunu anu so a great leader Ghana for ntinase one ehu ayeme nwanwa every great leader
has a little bit of craziness in them. Every great leader. Winston Churchill, Napoleon Bonaparte, Adolf Hitler. So we need a little bit of craziness in you. You cannot be a leader because you are not prepared to step on people's toes to achieve what is right. Wontumi, you need to have a little bit of craziness. Wontumi still would not show the right thing.
Sanity.
Winston Churchill, look at the decision that he took at the 11th hour to restore Britain to victory in the World War. Look at what other great leaders, Napoleon Bonaparte, Adolf Hitler, during the Nazis war. Go and see, go and read it.
And do you think
Canada, Japan has that attribute.
And it's Ghana a good president.
Of course, yes. And Ghanaians need that. You need to be disciplined in the system. That's why a cabinet member not being kwase obey you ready. He will sack you. That is a leader. Now Utiano Kennedy be who now this and for her over found ready. Unim smoothness level. Unim baby ujina. Every worker in Oman FM be unim say mistake you ha. Kwame compare ko Japan on for hon chow. You know. Me nina so many years. I know not to overstep my boundaries. Minim eshama dwenimu na menene nam. Minim. Etino leader no, that is what we call a leader. A leader who will put his foot down and tell you, Jack, tomorrow this is what is going to happen. How many of them? It's mama way just a slight example because of for want of a better time.
And so you can tell me, sir, within the MPP, Obiani wa okuta such than Honorable Kennedy Agyapong.
You see, every Ghanaian see a little bit of themselves in Kennedy Agyapong. Every Ghanaian. Every Ghanaian. Every Ghanaian. Every Ghanaian. Why? A young boy from a village of Asindompim. Poor background. Walk 18 miles to go to school. With no hope from anywhere. And from Asindompim. He was able to pass his common entrance and attend the school to Adisadel College. Adisadel College no kono yes one the trunk and you could see our glass money didn't go. Ofuono Adisadel College he pursued the course and he came out with clear distinction. Owie no yes obey no kono go bi obey also obey hustle. Odi ase okopie mu gidigidi kopie mu Germany. Germany no washing kukuom, odwan kukuom. How many Ghanaian life cycle na mabobo? Village boy, traveling, market woman, obeton PK, upon school, I know about beton PK, ukokumlemle, ocean lifestyle. Every street boy, Bia or Ghana, Bia see themselves in Canada, Japan. Every family, Bia see themselves in Canada, Japan. Every burger, Bia what to Kwakwa Broche, Bia see themselves in Canada, Japan. Or Bia what Bia Jumo, a businessman, when he started building factories and started helping people. Even US visa lottery, a man for Broche, why be why be ewo abrabum eti dey pan now bet media beating as a president. So when he sit down and is given the position as the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, he knows what time it is and he will handle this country better than most of the leaders.
All right, mene Ernest Kofi Owusu Bempa Abua Papon ana mene no edi enkomo ewa ha na mene o ekasa say news and say breaking news ababe pie ewo eye abeka yensa ene se Honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong ene Anas Aremeyaw Anas omo case na say pie wo US court ebeto se ya award eye $18 million said the man no ne eho enkro no banyina no me no ekasa sese court no sasika no ya de a womo edi hu nkomo wie ba bia ba be gina no $500 and eho and aba be dru sese ya eno ne defamation Costa womo awarded ama Anas Aremeya Anas $500 $500 and womode aba as against 18 million anankofo ekeke kanti baby aba abegina eno no nti jejina ono no enti sa na etie yeguso monitor situation no me sure say enwumre nyame ya adoma ye evening news no mu no details no ebeba na afei ya to aso akọ yenim ewo ho $500 ene ye ka ho asem ewo ha enti sa na etie now ns ma yensanto ayen komo so na yenhwe ni sei me kai say before 2024 elections no unua omanhene a owo sompa fm okumase eya ade bi ense otena ni show no so anopa eno bie phone line say between Kennedy Agyapong any other candidate no why ena mususu say MPP e de ne ba ye beto abama no obi amfre na onvoti ena we frɛ no wabo we din we frɛ no waka we obi frosi we obi frosi we me call enzema baby and so the same thing as I echo so ni nyina no you could see say majority no pinpoint say Kennedy Ohene Agyapong ena we say oba ofo say ebre na anu ani.
Go and read Musa Dankwa, the first report of the Babontin. Go and check Paul Adomochiri interview with Musa Dankwa.
Musa Dankwa catch say
all the reports about Babontin depicts the fact that anytime they change the other candidate, I don't want to mention names, and bring Kennedy Agyapong, vote to not appreciate it. There are so many things that comes into play in this election, and we don't want to go back and make that mistakes again. Some mistake can be as a party. If we want, then we are not smart enough to go and win an elections.
Sir Kennedy Agyapong and head the MPP party now. Not just the money more power.
Yes, of course. That's what the ordinary people are saying. No, not me. Me, I don't speak for myself because everybody sees me on the street. The Omoka. And a Ghana for the two about and a political party unless we want a presidential candidate. Unless we want a presidential candidate for our party, then we can vote for any candidate. We don't have a problem as an MPP. See a presidential candidate keka yenkotumo bia. I know there nobody has a problem. But say a president near capture power in 2028. We need to go for Kennedy.
Who MPP party ni why na mo hwehwe sa mienu na
wa me maka me die na
mumu na
me ubusa me maka kire o say Ghana for so mo pe Kennedy Agyapong. And that is where I stand. And I've told you I'm not a coward. What busa me maka kire Ghana for no na ekoto aba ma ye. What you say Ghana for na ekoto aba ma ye. And to those people who think, oh, you had to wait for 4 years, and you know, you didn't call 8 years, you had to wait by 80, Mummy and 8 years, and continue. The dynamics are different. Dynamics here different. Different crowd. Let's look at the data and statistics and demographic, ethnic, religious, all demographics. I have one year for statistics, 1 year resource. You have kasa. Say Kufuado ne Kufuo ba those demographics no play a role and play a role.
Enya no kwese Kufuado ene Kufuo omuko two times and some no.
Say mama example say there are certain ingredients that play the role did not play the role in Kufuo and Kufuado.
The same ingredients didn't play role
Kufuado lost almost won the first round of the elections in 2008. 49.something%, and you compare that to this abysmal performance.
Or say we are 41.
My God, trust me, it's never happened in the history of MPP politics. It's never happened. What are you talking about? There are so many. Yes, you trans as a party. See a dear one or Korepan, you have fast statistics. Any data, no, you have data, you have can crash. There is something fundamentally wrong. For the first time, 2.1 million MPP voters Wontumi Kufuado. A man winning that time, almost say reshuffle. Reshuffle, Kufuado didn't do reshuffle in 2020. He didn't do the things that they are talking about. Now, man, for economy, no wants him. But he won by over 500,000 votes.
We know 2.1 million and twaba. We should go out and find out why. Why can't we go out and do simple logic? And no be na man for frame catcher me no. Ebi wo ha minti radio isu nka. Now your coach now ko bobo. Now ko park so. Now the system ko 4421. And I de ko e. Ni a show be 12-0. Your good team na ni mo ase. Ah, o sign your return match na san ko akobo. What for the same coach, the same player, the same tactics. O dia coach na park so the ko bobo. You be show gu ani mo ase. Because that is you don't have a strategy. If you have a strategy, you won't do that. That is what is happening. Ghana for me and can people for can crunch said something went wrong. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you say something went wrong in 2024 elections. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that. We don't even need Professor Maokwe committee. That's why I was telling you say me also be and your mom for their mom information them me can be chiro wa we am be shonti na me can me pen toma achiro say this is what Ghanaian people are saying. Almost say yemfa sumesi mra ye de ne ba ombeto aba mai
enti mene Ernest Kofi Owusu Bempa ana mene no edi nkomo menim se utie yen ewo Oman FM so afia santimantem nso so Ash FM and then 90.1 and so NAP radio infinifini mantemo asinfusu precisely sanso so ana wodi wani chemo Facebook and YouTube nso so a o share ho next 2 TV GH ya ye guso a ye
obi a be candidate
asa ba wo mo obi adi sa so mo obi adi
ni obi atem
ni awabo ni din ye Kennedy Agyapong pe and wabo ni din.
Yes, I'm here to speak what the Ghanaian people are saying. This is the voice of the ordinary people.
Nti ebeda na sa news we areche
communication director now we are communication director and now can the communication director no the Ghana for catch them communicating to me and I'm communicating to my party people. It's my job. They don't know. Me ko abontia Ghana for catch them so Owusu Bempa ko catch them on for say mumfa Kennedy Agyapong mra de beto abama ma better radio so na me ka mo say mo suspend me. What be that? I am communicating. Job na mo de ma me say communication director. Ya call election you lose. And a Ghana for communicating to deputy communication director on your grassroots person. Or say kokache or party for no. And I'm communicating. I am communicating. Am I not communicating? Me say party for Ghana for say mumfa Kennedy Agyapong brand ye beto abana mamu. And I'm communicating as a communication director. And I will continue to communicate. And I'll communicate till God comes. I will communicate. I'm communicating. Am I not communicating? So what is the job that they are talking about? Say we are communication, national executive. What is that supposed to mean? My job is to communicate. You have to about your lusu poto, your lusu basa.
And is that the way say SSO communicate to
is
party?
That what is the way? Do they have a formula? Party your common goal. They say you be winning political power. The ultimate goal of MPP and any other political party is to capture political power, right or wrong?
Right.
Now you lusu. Ghana for no more to about me stakeholders no more party for no say. Owusu Bempa ko catch your party for no say. Mumfa candidate we mre ye ni ebeto aba. The entia yanto and say candidate na mo de ba ye no yempe.
We are deputy communications director. Self partner radio so answer.
Now what is the
media?
What is the media?
Officially now fan comma executive.
Professor of communication. You can't tell me what to do. The medium to use to communicate.
But enuntina party executives so
my brother, that is absolutely ridiculous. Me a communication director, deputy. Media ni se medin sempanwa say ye boni o say di o for a party one. Men obi cancer obi di bibi babe wo nuani na ayade a be ha wo nuano na ubegina bonte abo de wuru. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Me communicating, my job is communication director. I'm communicating what Ghanaians are telling us to do, and that's exactly what I did.
Well,
it's up to them. Me found.
It's almost suspending one answer.
My brother, don't even go there. Don't even go there. I want to go there. The just me say me communicate Ghana for say. Yemfa Kennedy Agyapong bra. Ye de ne ba o me beto aba. End of story.
Ohun say Kennedy Agyapong beba be win power e de ama MPP keke. Ana ohun so betima asesa o man.
There be and obetima win power.
obetimachi or a transformational leader. I've told you the attributes of a great leader, haven't I?
You can have the attributes. Maybe idea Juma Nation and what Bonobonya.
Sabi the other to a man no out to me a share so you or the Cassia man with my Ghana and they dear ha a mabuno aumania brea gensis for etimi babe catchem so zuben pay. Canada Japan or ye himself papa no bet me be a Juma. Your problem pa ye war youth no a Juma. What my creative jobs are offer nipa over 7,000 people. Ghana as an individual. Na braba wabo from transferring from this to this, you know. Ye nimse sa papa we near the 2 million manwa. Ubetima create job opportunities for millions of youth out there. Many people will come and promise they will create jobs, and they never give anybody a job. And Canada, Japan, no. No munim so betima create jobs for the ordinary people.
And also say Canada ba a party na party na wu hu no. Betima solve
spontaneously. People will willingly ne dono ye organic love. Tio, there's a difference between obiko baby na fanfu utisi formu ye meet and greet. Now share me se me Canada Japan Echo Swami magazine with our candidate obi oko ye bia hu ye already any Swami magazine. You're joining it is possible by a course Swami magazine. We saw it with our naked eyes. As a politician and as a strategist, I saw it. A domino or bar, the way they will move towards him is different from everybody else. Ada ye wuru opa sesi e obeji nwachi ya makane Japan TC Medina Jomo and any other politicians in TC Jomo na heard the organic love baba. What are we talking about? That is what Rollins had. That's why I was telling you that in leadership, may have been around great leaders, and when I see a leader, I see one. I told people and people don't get it. There's a natural, spontaneous action and love for you as a leader when the people like you. You cannot do anything about it. And you're ordained from God. Nyame nedema. Etina santifobu bebe so nyame amo safohini. Now pray kofa hin chesha. Obia nsomoda. A very profound word, a bekesia, Yamin Nanambu editor. What does my make? Because Nipano or who be mu as a leader and son or Bechian Beon obey your Dobiam, obey your Pepani to watch it, why Bibiama. That is how they behave. Leadership, that's how it is. Etino, the Bayer as a party, no. What you share in 2000 and the year 1992, Professor Dubois and Koya. Almost share say he was an intellectual. Share new money idea na fi new money say they need somebody who can connect the same connection with the grassroots. They saw something different about J. Kufuor with the ordinary people. Spontaneous reaction, spontaneous love for that individual. J. Kufuor, you saw it. Dynamics here different. Different. Eti yenka no kure no nkyere ye ho. I'm not here to talk about even other factors. I'm not talking about religion and all that because
Makoko committee at the abase certain policies within Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kan ho asem.
Sa wo hu. No bia ye say mayenka Makoko committee ho asem ho a me ozu bempa ye pe me ache me awe no. E na Dr. Bawumia ono ye leader no wa be kan ho asem. Sa de ye no. Nti otimi ka Makoko committee no ho asem without anybody talking about it. I don't want to go there.
Eti mene Ernest Kofi Owusu Bempa ana mene no edi enkomo ye nche ye be na fe mo messages ahodo na amode aba no ya kenkan ni nyina nso e de amamo na ya hwese ebra eda ya nimu no se emrema ye ho kwan na afi esese yetimi epeke mo course ahodo nso ayahwe na afi yamamo nso mabembi na mabeye ama bibia timi akonanim enso ewo ho Babontin mo national first vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Chairman Kute Ekase SSE all the national executives in no because Wontumi ehunu bibia Ghana for ehwehwe na mo de amawo mu ntino mo feli se mo ye pamo bia every office wo sa asem na okan ono na ya adwen
ono on your opinion say ono hu say bia o ma feli and in and out of leadership so we are there now him say what feel now conscience prekill. I'm using the word conscience. A prekill says or resign Ufu say conscience no be say as or resign it's up to you.
But also who national executives say Oma yini and Oma fail.
I don't want to put the card up. Of course, everybody knows that we failed. Why? Now say it's not something that you need a rocket scientist. But if you only be zoa, na new maybe na uncle ye 18 a man a banasa. What you say for the first time a campaign team was formed and was working against the national executives. Na bibri wa can campaign team no one. You see, say fundamentally something went wrong. And I don't blame the general secretary too much when it comes to those things. Because there are certain things that went on, it wasn't fair.
Even anyway.
I don't want to put my party issues on air. I've told you. I don't want to talk about internal matters on air. Danger no.
All right. Eti Sabato I ready ama yenhwe na fe messages ahodo no yentimi emfa messages ahodo no emfa emra na yentoa so enko yenim eho se ebreso se wo se ye pick course enso so amada Roma moma yentoa so na fe yenye ne sa pepepe se de be ya ye bre no ebetimi atoa so akọ nanim enso so eho now NS Kofi Owusu Bempa ena mene no edi nkomo ewa ha ono eye deputy communications director edema MPP amanyoko no na wono anso ye obi a okodu Asante Achem enso so a wo mo esu frɛ no Asante Achem akonwa no obekɔ biem
omo su frɛ me
ene
me sure
wonya sure sa Asante Achem for
I'm not interested in Asante Achem city there. I'm not interested. I'm just an ordinary person working to make sure that Ghana becomes a better place. I'm not interested.
But yenim say who show interest say nanka opese okodi Asante Achem for enim e parliament na oboa esesa niama e wo ho enti so ka say onya interested ade na aba babo hu usuro
I'm not interested.
De na abo hu
I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested.
All right. Enti Sawa Pepe ena etie ho Sabato ewo studio B wono nso so are you ready with your messages enti yenko na afi yemfamra na messages wait ma kan ni nyina de obapa etien
nyame adom me ho ye pa na so
nyame adom me nso me ho ye bibia koyie de
nyame adom bibia koyie.
All right wadaro mafa messages na maye.
Okay, internet me YouTube and WhatsApp and everybody. Me start with YouTube there no. And I'm a New York say let Ken be Ken. Greatness or say hate no Ken no vote. No way say Ken has it all to lead this country. Ken can do. Richard say Honorable Ken is coming 2028 for sure. I'm a New York say Ken is the best for NPP Ghana. Greatness say it all and our born in sem and the love emoji asaka home. Heart Nasa say hello guys. Ira Adra say let Ken be Ken.